Ba-da-da-dum-dum-dum. Here we go. Okay, let's let everyone know we're live. Do 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 do. Let's see. Move that back in time so that it knows we're live right now. Ha 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 ha. All right. I've done it. I did it. I've done it and did it. Done did it. I done did it. Now we have to put this here. Do our best to see if we can manage all these things at the same time. Hello, Onion. How are you? It's so funny that I have a third monitor plugged in, and I'm like, crap, I need 4. I need 4 audio. Or I need four monitors right now. We thought the audio wasn't working. No, I wasn't talking. I was so quiet because I was pulling everything together. Hello and welcome, everybody. Hooray, done did it. Yeah, that's me. Sometimes I done did things. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's see, what other things do I need to let people know things are happening? Oh, blah, 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 blah. I'm responding to people in the Discord because I'm behind. There's too many avenues I'm supposed to be posting in and looking at. Whoops. Oh, goodness. Ah! Oh, I wish that my keyboard was fixed. I need to buy a new keyboard. So, because you can see it right now, the space bar sometimes doesn't work, and then sometimes double presses, so it's sticking. And the G double presses and stuff, And the D also does that. Um, and also the F seems to lately. The N does. This control key doesn't work, which is the one you typically use to like control C, control V, control X. This shift key doesn't work, which is usually what I use my pinky on to shift. I need to buy a new keyboard. I also need a new mouse because it keeps double clicking. I already pulled things apart, tried to clean. I think it's just like circuitry in it that needs to be resoldered, and that's not a thing I can do. That's not a skill I have, so, or tools that I have. So the tragedy is that you're like, oh, it's a well-used keyboard. This is actually a pretty new keyboard. I got it when I got the new work computer, so it's actually sad. This thing should last me so much longer. The keyboard I have out on my gaming computer in the living room has been around and has been well loved, and every key on it works perfectly. So this is just kind of a faulty keyboard, unfortunately. Just sad. Oh yeah. I was gonna go to the announcements in Discord. Live stream has begun. Oh, that's, hold on. That's not how this works. Alright, that's better. Alright. That was Discord. I sent an update that should hit most everyone. I guess I could hit socials. There's so many things to poke. Ah! uh... That's not what I called it before. That's okay. You know what? Sometimes that's just life. The reason that I'm on early, because I wasn't supposed to be on for another 8 minutes, is because I was like, if I don't get on early, I'm gonna screw up setting up something. Okay, we're doing that. Yeah, that. And I don't know what else I have. I think brain empty. So I think I've messaged the main relevant things. So now we just do this. All right. Woo barely made it. Oh, wait, the live stream only just started, so we're all good. Is everything look correct on the stream still? Yeah. The final countdown should be playing in the background. That would be really cool. You know, I think it would be so neat if I knew what I was doing and had like a timer somewhere. Technically I have a timer because we have the like 36 minutes left on the campaign page, right? So that's fair. I don't know what to expect here at the end, because we have fewer people on this campaign than we definitely did on the second edition campaign. That said, what was the Misery Tarot? How many thingamajigs were on the Misery Tarot? Oh, we had fewer backers on the Misery Tarot, and you guys kept me on for like 4 hours. So who knows? Maybe you'll keep me on here forever and ever and ever. That's up to y'all. I have no idea what to expect. So that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and put some stuff out there. So in the add-ons, you might see them here on the camera. But the goblin yes/no coins were not on this project at all anywhere. And I am now bringing them back. So for this last, 34 minutes, you can now get these important flippy coins. It's a yes no coin. It just has a goblin with the word yes or no in its mouth. I really like them. I think they're really fun. They also say, "Fate lives at our convenience. We are the masters of destiny." They're very intense. Do I doubt people's ability to troll me? Okay, so here's the thing. On the Misery Tarot, the end of Project Stream, people kept me on forever by just like editing their pledge and adding $1. But I have been told in the Backer Kit Discord that that's not a thing. And I was like, people literally kidnapped me over this. So I don't believe you. Get out of here. But yeah, I'm pretty sure if you just adjust your pledge by like $1, it still keeps me on. Does anyone want to test that and see if it works? It does show me like little icons, right, on that backer train. Did I find the chaos die? Bird Nest, I did not find the chaos die. Is it in the direction that the dice said? Yeah, probably, but I have no idea. But yeah, so the yes no goblin coins are just $4. They're really, really nice, weighty coins. I like them a lot. Oh, I just heard a cat crying. Tom, why are you whining? Are you going to join us for the stream, Mr. Kitty? I really like this coin. So here's the deal, right? I have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there were 4 different Wanderer tiers that happened during the campaign, right? They each happened twice. I'm going to be bringing them back over time during our backer train. I also have a few party things that haven't been around yet. If you remove something from your pledge, save, and add it again, it'll refresh the overtime. See, that's... I feel like they fought me in the Backer Kit Discord. They were like, no, that's not how it works. I was like, yes, it is. People can keep you forever. But yeah, I have a number of things here that I'm going to bring around. The first thing that I should do after putting these coins live, which are now live in the add-ons, if you would like a yes no coin, you may have it. It is available. I am going to open up the Alley Folk Oracle die set. This is a pledge tier for $60 that gets you either Oracle die set. It's only going to be available during the stream. So I am going to just pop that live. So if anyone was on one of the season or key Oracle dice set tiers, which was 65 or 69, there is now an Alley Folk Oracle dice set that is available for 60 that is open and ready. Otherwise, the Wanderers that had the dice sets for $50 will slip in and out during this stream. I will not explain. It'll just kind of come and go. Okay? It'll just kind of come and go. Who knows? And in the add-ons, let's see. No one really seemed to get a chance at the neoprene mats. Now, the neoprene mats that are on offer here are you can see it here, right? Let's do the reading zoom. There we go. This is the neoprene mat. This was from the first edition. It was an optional thing, and it has the seasons grid on it. Guess I can remove my keyboard at some point. It has the seasons grid. This is the original grid that was done by Emma Clinton. It's the same as the seasons grid that is on the cloth here. It's just a neoprene mat. Only a couple people got a hold of it, so I'm going to be the kindest goblin I can. I'm gonna edit that add-on right now and unclick hide. So right now you can get cheaper sets for your pledge tier if that's something that you have. Can I talk louder? Astina, you're gonna have to turn your volume up. I can't really talk louder. I don't have an ability to change my gain on my microphone anymore, so you will have to turn up your volume, my dear. Liz Cray, if I'm getting dice from other campaigns, should I switch to the add-on tier for what I need? I mean, that's up to you, yeah. If you don't want duplicates and you only want the Keykeeper set, the new set, and you have some of them, then yeah, get the add-on tier and then use the updates just to grab what you want. So yeah, this mat is now available. These yes no coins are now available in the add-ons, and also there's a pledge tier for $60. Ha 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 ha. Can I ask about the stone dice? Are they properly weighted for use, or are they more of a display item and the plastic dice should also be acquired? Quinn, you can use them. I can't use mine because I have the early prototype set that's also in a prototype box and they're stuck in it. So I can't pull it out. Astina, if your sound is all the way up on your computer and it's all the way up on YouTube, something's wrong with your sound if you still can't hear me, because I could be talking really quiet, and if all the sound on your computer was all the way up, you'd be able to hear me. So there's something either on your YouTube or on your computer itself that is it's not quite doing it. Aphrodite, lovely nails. That's so sweet of you to say. That said, look how bad they are. So I really like painting my nails. I really love having these painted all the time. However, I climb. I do indoor climbing 3 times a week. It destroys your nails. Just ruins and chips, and it's so tragic. They get lost so easily. So I wish that they looked better, but I literally also climbed yesterday, so that's my excuse. Could I have painted them last night or this morning before the stream? Yeah. Did I think about it? No. I think there was just a knock on my door. Awkward. Entertain yourselves. Don't entertain yourselves anymore. Your streams have all been really quiet on my laptop too. Yeah, my streams are quiet. I don't know what to say. My mic is telling me it's receiving really well. It is in the yellow range here. When I'm talking directly into it, I have it maxed. How do I type things? No, not microphone privacy settings. Oh. Onion says I'll subject myself to boredom instead. Yeah, I don't know why my voice always comes through so quiet. I don't know what to do about that. Everything looks fine on my end. How do I get to microphone settings? My computer. Sound. Sound mixer options. Output device. Input device. Well, that's not right. But that's not what OBS is using anyways, so that shouldn't matter. Can I be louder? Can I scream? I don't know. Oh, wow. So sorry, everyone. I'm sorry that you're about to be blasted. I'm sorry if I'm loud. I'm going to talk nice and quiet after adjusting what I just found. And we'll see how you all feel as you slowly lower your sounds. Because I did just turn it up. Oh God. Hi, Tom. Okay. Well, I figured out what my problem is. I tried to be nice and slow. No. I tried to be slow with the increase. Sorry, everyone. Tom, I can't read the chat. Your butt is in the way. Hey, Ostina, it wasn't you. It's my fault. Tom, don't lay on the keyboard, please. I did try to slowly increase the volume. Hey, again, Ostina, I'm sorry I blamed you. That was me. Everything that I was looking at was at the highest settings. In my sound system settings, my microphone was at 33%. I don't know. Don't know what to say on that one. Sorry. That's my bad. I hope that everyone's ears were saved along the way. And I didn't ruin anyone's brains. Oops. Okay. Let's, can y'all see him? You really can't. He really moved over here, huh? All right, let's see. People were asking questions, and then I tried to solve this problem. Okay. Someone that wants a bulk discount on the chests. I look, I'm gonna make them available as the wandering tier. You can hop to it, my dear friends. I guess my microphone's always been at 33% volume. And I find that really annoying. I've always looked at everything and tried to like figure out what I need to adjust in my settings because people have told me I'm quiet, but I'm like, everything's at max. I don't know. So sorry, everyone. I've tried to fix that. Okay. Can you share a little more about the coins? Aphrodite asked. Yeah, they are like a cheaper metal inside and then plated with this outside here. That is like a lovely brassy kind of color. They're weighty. They're really tactile. If you look at it right down the side, you can see the word yes and no actually stick out from the coin, as does the goblin itself. It is very 3D. It's very fun and touchy. We like that. Da, 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 da. And then everyone was like, oh no, I died because you started being incredibly loud. Well, now everyone can have their volume to normal on my streams. I will stop being criminally quiet. You know what's actually so annoying is that when I have recorded parts from me for projects such as the Alleyman podcast, the Alleyway Oracle podcast, I guess, anything that I did or any part that I've ever done, anything I do for campaign videos, I've always had to like increase the noise from my audio, and I could never figure out why that was. So that's why. Good for me. Astina, just an FYI, you have a couple of questions on trivia question 15 and a question on question 9. I mean, let's just go take a look. Right. Can I do this on cam? It doesn't show anything. Yeah. That's fine. There's questions on number 15. Are we talking the first time they're part of the team that helped bring a project to life and did a big portion? Or are we talking about the first time they contribute any of their art to a project at all? It's project collab. Period. At all. In the at all category. In question 9, is that the annoying one? is question 9? Yeah. I've already been in that one and answered people and replied to people. I'm not doing no more on that one. Oh my gosh! Don't try to play me music. My machine. So yeah, I already looked at question 9 and I already responded to people there. So what else do we got? I like that Tom's face is just right here. The neoprene does give a good bounce. I've actually had it under my cloth for readings here. I do like it. It's pretty great. Is it excessive to add an extra set of the Black Lantern dice to keep it in my Misery Tarot because I want to eventually upgrade my Hot Housewives Tarot and keep a dedicated set with each deck? I think that's beautiful. Do that. All right. We do love Tom. Just moved overseas, and I made sure that my set of Seasons dice were in my backpack. Yay! We love that. I will jump scare my next video call. You're correct. Yeah, I love this neoprene mat. It is really delightful. I considered doing neoprene mats for everything. Like for all 4 grids, but I wanted to use the original design that Emma used on this, and I don't have Emma versions of the other 3 grids, so I figure that's probably not easier to do. I've used the coins to study shutter speed. That's really cool. I like that. Is the coin the same as the add-on coin from the Goblin Dice 2nd edition? Yeah. These are the exact same coin. I just thought I'd bring them back around. Because the coins, they're really fun. Is the yes-no coin similar in feel to the XO coin, asked Corgi Blue? I've got those both right here, actually. This was the 17-cent piece X and O coin from the Alleyman's Tarot. And yeah, they're actually super similar in feel. They were made by the same manufacturer. I would say the yes-no coin might be just a little heavier just because it's larger, but that's it. The 17-cent coin obviously had like this whole dark antique patina deal on it, so a little bit different in look, but that's it. No one stopped me, so I added the mat. Coin is stimmy and great. We do like that. Would you recommend rolling stone dice individually to minimize risk of cracking? I wouldn't worry about that. These should be just fine. I personally would be one of those people who's like, I'm nervous that I'll hurt them, just because I'm an anxious person. But like, you're not like crashing them together, right? You're not throwing them at each other. You're just like dropping them. So I wouldn't worry about it. They're good. Wait a minute. Oh, I thought these were coming out. Yeah, I can't get any of these out. Prototype wood box. Too tight. Da, 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 da. There's a Discord for all the PubGub stuff, which is great because Facebook is very unfriendly. Yeah, the Discord exists. The link is on the campaign page. Um, I will admit, not a ton happens in the Discord. People hang out, they chat. Um, I don't like host fun events or anything. I would like to. That'd be really fun. But yeah, at this moment, the Discord exists as an alternative to the Facebook fan page. Um, I like the cloth mats better due to the foldability. Exactly. And this is harder to ship to, which I found really annoying because I shipped these the first time around. So I really, really like the cloth. It's more portable. It's also two-sided, which is neat. And the neoprene mat could be two-sided. It'd be a lot more expensive. But if you two-side it, you no longer get the grippier, rubberier part at the bottom. So it wouldn't stay as well. So, Astina, I pulled up the page and I was like, come on, people. It says kindness 6 times on that page. But the only time it literally says read with, it says read these answers with compassion. So the original answer was kindness because that was what I intended. But yeah, people were like, well, it literally says read with compassion. It never actually says read with kindness. It just implies it 6 times. So I was like, fine, fair. My favorite reading cloth is the Alleyman cloth. I like the thinner feel, but it'd be hard with dice. Yeah, the Alleyman cloth is really nice, but it's very, very thin. I love seeing Tom's face in the corner. Yeah, Tom just he left and then he came back, which is cute. I'm torn because my set gets me the Keys Lords cards, but I didn't get them with the season set I already have. Oh, that's fair. I mean, you can just get the season's Lords. No, that's right. That's just the cheat sheets. You can buy the season's Lords cards on their own at allymantero.com. We still have some of them for sale. Will the neoprene mat be available for purchase later? No. No, it will not. VHS Crow. The good news is that in your survey, you can like add items if you want to later, and then you could buy it. Also, yeah, you can, if your pledge is over $150, you can split it into 4 payments with pay over time. So that's an easy way to do that. Mom says, literally said she didn't paraphrase. Hello, dear Seven. I wish you much success in your current endeavors. I love my little collection from you. Aw, thanks. That's cute. Aw. Zip is also great for those of us that are poor. What's Zip? Is Zip the pay over time thing? Maybe I'm not smart. Whoops. The season's empty box includes them. The Lords are included in the updated season's guidebook add-on. So you could get that and get Lords. Tom's face in the corner is keeping me warm. I only have the $60 right now, but are you the pledge man? I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, you won't have access to the Wave's hand, vaguely. You won't have access to the wandering tiers in the pledge manager. So any of the cheap things that are like popping in and out right now, which, you know, maybe they're popped in and out right now. Who knows? That stuff won't be available in the survey for the reason of they're very cheap, and I am nervous about everyone just swapping their thing to lower the campaign funds. That'd be really unfortunate for me. But yeah, in the survey you can get stuff. How much is the difference of your cut of bulk versus pay over time? I actually can see that. Let me finish setting that to not be hidden. I totally can. Was that in the dashboard? Yeah. So pay. Oh my gosh. So the raised money on the campaign right now is $156,000. Pay over time makes up 43,000 of that. So that's how that is. uh I hate that I told myself I'd buy everything you put out. You're killing my wallet. That's so real. That's so incredibly real. Um, oh, I hate this. So there's a lot of maintenance going on in my apartment right now, and the front door, there's someone at it right now, masking it with masking, like the paint masking tape, so that they can paint it. And they keep like hitting the door, and so I keep hearing it like if someone's knocking. It's actually so annoying. It's obnoxious. I love that Mush's mom is now pub gob cryptid because she never pops in but orders through me every time. I love that your mom's a cryptid too. That's beautiful. I think even if we don't all keep you over time, Tom will because he's comfy. I actually have like a hard out today. I have a thing at 6, which is in 3 hours. So um, I will disappear if everyone tries to keep me here forever. I have a fun celebration thing kind of available to me. So I'm going to take part in that at 6. So, um, yeah, I will not be trapped. I will not be trapped by you or the people painting my front door or anyone. um, not to foreshadow anything that's going to be available here shortly, but wow, that sure is a stack of art prints. That's so cool. uh, I still want both stone sets, but cannot afford it right now, even with Flex. Ostina, that's so real. They're very expensive. Um, I feel a little iffy on the idea of having two stone sets available at once because that's like even when you get them together and they're cheaper, it's $500, which is a lot of money. Will there be more available later? Minimal numbers. Uh, I kind of imagined that this project could do about half the backers of the second edition, and we didn't make it there. So the amount of money that we've raised is awesome and great. It's not as high as my like internal goals were, so I'm probably going to be cutting down how many of everything I'm making from my original plans. So the stone dice, especially, which are really expensive to make, there won't be a ton extra. And I'm sorry for anyone who's like, I really want to get that later. There will be some, and we'll have them available. But yeah, it's a hard one to make a bunch extra, because they're really pretty, but they're so expensive. Amy, everyone say hi to Amy Smith. Amy Smith is the designer of all the dice symbols. Um, in the original set, I designed all the symbols. Let's see. Yeah, we can literally compare. So, like, this is my original summer die, and this is Amy's adjusted one. I can't see the camera anymore. They're so pretty. Amy did such an incredible job reinterpreting and reinvigorating the dice sets. Amy's just an amazing, incredible person. So, show big love for Amy. But yeah, we'll try to have extras of everything. I hope that they last a while and that people can get what they want, but there will not be very many extras of things. I remember in the last campaign, I bought 2 season sets for $10. That was insane. I do sometimes like to put things out that are way too cheap. Also, nitroglycerific. Wonderful name. Seriously, I hope you're proud. Your dice won out over Nintendo Switch 2. Hell yeah. I like that a lot. Aw, Amy, everyone loves you. Yeah, the first edition dice, I have them in one of the very first box, because as you might see in this very first box here, the center hole was square. The very first box, we weren't going to do a D12 yet. So I was making a center one that would be open, and then people could just like put a random D6 in it if they wanted. But this is the first edition dice right here. They're a fair bit different. I don't know. They still mean a lot to me, obviously. But like they were my designs and they just were not as good. And actually, funny story, this set right here is the second edition dice, but this was the first sample of the second edition dice as well. So these are all like a little wrong. Like some of the colors aren't quite right. It's so funny. Like this is just fully the wrong color. Oh gosh, will it please come out? This is just completely incorrect. This is supposed to be like a nice deep blue. The original designs are pretty neat, but Amy gave them a glow up. Yeah, huge glow up. I have the goblin blocks for my season set, but I'm not getting the new one. I love it too much. That's lovely. Third edition gonna have a D20. This is the third edition. We're not doing a D20. Get out of here. Oh gosh. I don't need all of these out. Glad I was able to support you this time. I'm glad that you were able to take part. I love support. Support is really great. But the most important thing to me always is that like people get a chance to get the things. You know, that's why I've always tried to keep my prices as low as possible. That is catching up to me maybe a little bit. And I am now at a point where I'm like, I need to price things higher for my own sanity. But yeah. All right, so let's hide that. Let's go into the add-ons. Let's bring around the season set of art prints. It's time. So for anyone who missed this, in the season set, like originally, the second edition, right? This was a 22 art print set. It's wild, right? It's all 22. We sold them for really cheap, and that was probably silly. But they're now available as a $20 add-on for the remainder of this project. Hop on it. Let's see. So if you want additional art prints, they're really gorgeous. I mean, Ezra's art on the Lords is just stunning. It's super wonderful. Van Rio asked if the changes in the Seasons Guidebook are significant. Yeah. They are for the front and back of the book. For the meanings of the dice faces, not really. I'm going through those and adjusting them a little bit, but I have no interest in rewriting the meanings for those. They're already where I pretty much want them. I'm just rewriting the intro and outro, which is to say like everything before the meaning and everything after the meaning. So I'll also be talking about different ways to approach dice readings, different ways to approach the dice themselves. And it will largely match, a lot of the intro stuff that's in the Keykeeper set. So if you're getting the Keykeeper set too, I guess like you might not even bother. Cheat sheet cards should be fine. Those boxes are some of my favorite things come out of these dice campaigns. Me too. I'm so glad I designed them. I'm so glad they came out as well as they did, because they could have come out really poorly. I'm not adding a D20. I refuse. The design limitations for the D12 were already really a huge problem for me and Amy. We kind of struggled quite a bit with the design limitations, the design spec stuff for what could fit on the D12. Doing it on D20 would just be a nightmare. It would just have to be 1 through 20, and then it would have to have meanings for them in a book, and that'd be boring. I waited to the last minute, but I made it. Oh, welcome, Jamie. Rubbings. We love things. Good. I love things. We're all PubGob cult gear. Yeah, I support the collection of PubGob cult. I still don't know where my chaos die is. I am still blaming Tom, even though I have no idea if he did it. I feel like it's his fault. I haven't even done a reading yet. It's been so busy. There's so many people in the chat. I love having you all here. You're all delightful. Thanks for being here. We want these projects to be worth your time, so you keep making more. Yeah. I do want to keep doing this as my job. That would be really cool. So I do have to start charging more for things. It just feels rough. Oh my goodness. Austina, don't blow up my box to get the stone dice out. Oh yeah, Ashes and Ink. You were lucky enough to get a community copy last time. I really wish I could do community copies on this project. Just wasn't an option this time around. This did have to be a project that made money, which is so sad. I really just want to make cool stuff and have it available for people and have community copies and just be like, oh, anyone who needs this, anyone who wants it, it's yours. The side is just too small, says Rubbings. Oh yeah, the D20. I was like, I'm way behind in the chat. I'm doing it so messy. Will there be a wandering tear for the keeper set wooden box? There wasn't one planned. I thought about doing it for the wooden boxes and I opted not to. That said, there's nothing that stops me from adding it over the course of what we're doing here. I am more than happy to. Chaos die being missing is lovely. Thanks for the die face deck. 7, grab one of each. Also missing dice from my key set. One last plea for a normal tarot bundle. Yeah, a normal tarot bundle. How do I feel about that? It'd be all 4 of the decks for cheaper. What are they? Me. How much do they even cost? A banana? How much are the normal tarot decks? 50, 50, 50, 45. So it's like 195. What can I offer that's cheaper? They're kind of limited. We didn't print very many of them either. It's kind of my new recurring theme here is don't quite have enough money on my projects to make a ton extra of everything. I'm just going too big. I need to make smaller, more focused projects again. Okay, we'll think about it. We'll think about it. Also, main druid, look out for the die face decks. There's a wandering tier where you can get them for cheaper. We're down to just here in Midnight Ocean on the trains already? What? How? Really? No, I disagree. Is that really the case? It's only a few after. That actually makes me sad. I didn't really push for anyone to go to anyone else's campaign for the end of campaign, did I? Oh, shoot. I thought everyone could have a chance for a little while here. Okay, whoops. I even talked about doing more pay it forward things as a group where we would kind of like plug each other's stuff, and then I didn't make that happen. My bad. Well, that's a great moment to remind people that if you would like, if you would like, the wow, this is actually so helpful. Our partner project, Midnight Ocean Tarot, if you back them for a physical item, you will get a free pin, enamel pin from each of us. I designed this one based on Sam Dow's designs of the Goblins pins that were on the project in January. So if you want this for freebie, you'll have to get it by backing Midnight Ocean, which looks like this, and also has a backer trend going, so it's still available for you to back. Van Rio, I did answer your question already. So I did see your question. I now that I think about it, I actually answered it extensively. I am rewriting the front and back of the book, so everything before and after the die face meanings. But a lot of that will also be in the Keykeeper set. So if you're getting the Keykeeper set, you can just probably read that. Hannah Zender, do you know what the cross rewards will be out of the Deep Ocean Tarot? That's really ironic because I just said it, but I just found your comment. But yeah, it's on the campaign page. It's been here since day one. That's what the cross collab incentive is. It's these enamel pins. So definitely grab them. They're super cool. Why is there a Russian video that was popping up? That was wild. Like, what are you? We are known as the Addams family. Wow, I'm so behind. I'm sorry. I'm going to scroll to the bottom of the chat. Question about the chest. Boosting the question about the chest, since I think Seven's passed it in the scroll. Your question about the chest. Quinn, what do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, God. The chest will have display spots in the top for the individual dice. There's a room elsewhere in the chest for the wooden boxes. That is also explained in the description. The space that holds the dice, they're foam inserts you can remove, and they would fit the dice box in the place of those foam inserts. So, yeah, there's a planned spot for your wooden boxes. Thanks to oh gosh. Reading is hard. I have decided my serotonin is collecting ethical and indie shinies. Aw, thanks. Yeah, Tom's sleeping on Winter. He's doing the thing you're supposed to do and being a sleepy. Oh, you're all so sweet. Everyone's so nice. Can we get a goblin head wood box instead? Oh. Oh. I backed for one pin, but ended up getting the whole deck. Yeah, no, Cage's deck is super gorgeous. Blood Moon variant is gorgeous. I apparently missed a Blood Moon variant of the deck. I was literally just scrolling the page and I didn't see it. So fair enough. I missed everything. Navi Wave Song, that's fair. I will say that Midnight Ocean did unlock a minor arcana for the deck as well when they hit $10,000. So it will be a full tarot deck if you want it to be. It doesn't just have to be majors only. Any chance you would give a deep discount to get the new season's wood box if you've purchased a past one and the new keys one? I don't have a way to lock it so that only people who bought it before can get it. So that's probably not something I can do. Waiting for the journal wandering set for both journals. So sorry, Major. No, Vanro, you're fine. I repeated it, and then I was thinking about how much I said about it to remind myself what I needed to repeat. And then I was like, I did cover it extensively, didn't I? That was not I already covered it extensively. Why didn't you hear it? It was like wait, I did do that. I need a helper. Yeah, you're so correct. LS, please answer. I already answered. You just haven't heard it yet. You have to be patient because the stream is a little behind the chat. So I see it. I respond to things, then you see it a little bit. But yeah, I really could use a helper. I don't have that. I don't stream enough for it to matter. Tom is just moving slowly closer and closer to the dice. At one of these points, he's just going to grab one in his mouth and then run away with it. It'll be really cute for everyone but me. Okay, I caught up in chat. I feel powerful. If I did not answer your question, hit me with that. If there was a wandering tier involving the wooden boxes, I would likely make a wise financial decision. That's fair. Speaking of, now that I've caught up, I can go back to playing around in here. I have no idea how long this stream will go or how long the train will go. Bird Nest, you asked earlier as well, I think, what the inside of the journal looks like. I can't show you the new inside, but I thought I could show you the old inside, which I thought was right here. Is that not true? What have I done? Where did it go? It was right here. Help. Huh. Where does that live right now? Gosh, this is difficult. The pattern on the top of Tom's head is so cute. Yeah, he's precious. Wayward, you didn't miss the Wanderers. They're coming and going while we're doing this. It just keeps happening. It's an endless cycle. Which die is your cat's fave to play with? Squareman, my assumption has to be the Chaos die because it's missing, and I'm pretty sure he took it. I have the Goblin Head box from last Kickstarter and pledged for keys this time, but now what do? It'd be nice to either have 2 Goblin Heads or 2 symbols. Fair. So do I need the upgrade of the guide if I backed your latest dice? Zamilla, probably. That's up to you. You could still use your old guide. The new one will just have some more information. Quinn, I getcha. Yeah, you could store the dice boxes in one of the drawers. They'll be big enough. At least one of them should be big enough, right? How tall are you? Oh, yeah. Fully, easily, right? 1.5. Yep. That fits. You could fit one of these in one of the larger drawers. So yes, you could. So some people want goblin heads on their boxes. Interesting. I think it could be possible that people who got wooden boxes will get an option in the survey to choose what they want on them. That's what I'll give you. Yeah, Ash, as you asked earlier, for the pay over time, does it increase the backer kit cut of the money I'm getting? It's not the backer kit cut. It would be that the general like credit card usage fees would apply to each one of the 4 payments. So yeah, technically I would lose a little bit of money, but it wouldn't be very much. I love a blank box. I have blank for the second, and I love how it looks. You know, y'all want so many options. Here's the thing. Offering options for the engraving on the top of the boxes is super easy to do because the engraving is easy. And the box itself is the complicated part. So to answer your question, yeah, I can just kind of make every engraving option available to everyone who got a box, and then they just pick what they want. So I can do that. No, don't apologize. I was being sassy in a fun, playful way. I'm not actually mad. It's all good. Um, will there be a Wanderer for the Keykeeper set? Yeah, there is, and it actually is already around. Oh gosh, I'm already missing some, I think. No, yeah, I did a great job. Does the Midnight Ocean also have a pay in 4 option? That's not unique to projects. That's just a backer kit thing. It does depend on whether or not the creator turned that on. And it only kicks in if you are spending over $150. So just so you know, that is how it works. I love your cat so much. I love him too. Does the Keys reading journal look essentially the same? Navi, the reason you would want the new reading journals is they have the grids in them. That's what makes them different. So the Seasons reading journal has this grid in half of the book, and then the other half of the book is the back of this cloth. And then the Keykeeper set will be like that with the new grids from the new set. So if you plan to keep the journals and actually track your readings, you would want to do that. The grids plus the dice. Yeah, it's the grids. I'm changing how the dice work in the book so that you can mix the dice easier. But yeah. Is this my last shot at the deluxe Housewives Tarot? In a crowdfunding campaign, maybe? I will be doing a tarot deck. Now I've kind of just decided it'll be next year when I do the Goblins Tarot crowdfunding project. I don't know if it'll be on BackerKit or Kickstarter. It's hard to say. And I'll offer it there, but also I'll just probably offer it on my website. It won't be your last chance to get the deluxe Housewives Tarot. There will be other chances because I hope to remanufacture it down the line when I run out. I really hope so. I love whatever I get from you. Thank you. That's so sweet. I replaced my early bird chest with all wanderers, and in celebration, I get the Hot Housewives Tarot. I think these will make a nice gift. Yay! When you take a wandering tier off now, does it disappear? Yeah, the way it works is they become hidden. So I'm hiding and unhiding things, just kind of over and over. That's what we're looking at. So if you're looking at add-ons and pledge tiers, things are just kind of like appearing and going away. A little slowly, I will admit, because I'm trying to read the chat. I really do need a helper. I will say one of the things that I really wish was here that is not here is something on Kickstarter I used to be able to do. I could set things to launch at specific times and have limited spaces on them. And I can't do that in BackerKit. I have to manually go in and hide or unhide or create and open things. So it is a little more complicated for me to be doing this. I'm really looking forward to the Goblins Tarot. Thanks. My favorite part about the Goblins Tarot is the fact that it's finished. It's actually all ready, except for the guidebook, of course. I haven't written the guidebook for it, but it's a standard tarot deck, so I'm going to have a really nice and easy time with that, which is pleasant. By the way, if anyone was looking for Oracle decks, the Oracle decks are popping in. Just saying, they're here. Does the Wanderer tier set come with cheat sheet cards? Yep. Do the Keys Lords cards come in a separate box like the last Lords did? Nope. There's going to be in the set box. The fact that we did a 2-piece box for the Lords was unnecessary. So, whoops. Pretty unnecessary. Yeah, a few people have been asking about the Hot Housewives second project. So the way the Hot Housewives project worked was that originally I said, what you're paying for is the experience of seeing the Hot Housewives come to life. And you get an early bird pricing on the deck, which will eventually come out. And then when it's ready, I'll run a project just for the Hot Housewives to like fund the manufacturing basically, and get like people buying in. I haven't figured out how or where I'd fit that is the main deal, right? I couldn't figure out where in the world that would fit into a schedule. So I haven't done that. I've decided not to do that, generally speaking. And instead I was just kind of soft launching them here. The 2-piece Lord's box was the perfect size to hold the dice. That's fair. Winabouts. Do I think that I'll return to Kickstarter because of that feature? I have chances to return to Kickstarter for some projects. In some cases, I would say that Kickstarter would put more money on my projects. However, I have ethical reasons that I prefer BackerKit over Kickstarter, because Kickstarter lets people use AI on their projects and BackerKit does not. And that's pretty important to me. So that's something that I'm willing to launch on BackerKit, even though I know because it's a smaller market, it brings in less money to my projects. That said, I think that there will be some projects in my future where I will launch on Kickstarter for financial reasons. My really big projects, I think I have to put on Kickstarter. And I think that this project is kind of as an example of that. I think that this is really awesome. This project is doing amazing. Don't get me wrong. But we've made less money in the second edition project. And I think if I'd launched on Kickstarter, it probably could have done more than the second edition project. So that's really hard. Question for you. How big is the dice chest? That is answered on the campaign page. Anywhere that the dice chest is listed in pledge tiers, the dimensions are shared. Will there be a spot for the Lord's Oracle? For the Lord cards in the Seasons box. Yeah, exactly. The Lord's cards will be in the Seasons box. Will everything fit in the cardboard boxes? Dice cloth book and dice deck. The cardboard boxes, like the box for like the season set itself. You could probably squeeze the deck into it. Yes, you could. It'd be tight. Hi, Seven. I just watched your video with Lisa Pepez. I wanted to say you are such an awesome person. Immediately backed. That's so sweet. Thank you. I have never reached out to YouTubers before to try to get them to review things, and it feels amazing and it feels delightful. So I'm definitely doing that again on other projects. Lisa was amazing. Annie was amazing. Wicked Moonlight also did a video on the dice, but both Lisa and Annie interviewed me. So yeah. I think I'm reading everything. Squareman, I'm glad that Kickstarter at least requires, as far as I know, the creator to disclose if something is AI. They do ask if it's AI, and you are supposed to say yes if it is, but I don't think there's any penalty if you say no. It's just a checkbox, and there's nothing like there that's like, I'm promising at pain of death that I'm telling the truth. It's like, eh. I'm thinking if I get a second one for all your other trinkets and tarot. I think the chest is really cool. The chest is very, very neat, and I think it can do a lot of lovely things. Stop me if this is a dumb question, but the Wanderer Keykeeper set is the complete one with the... Yeah, correct. It's everything. I knew Kickstarter was allowing AI projects, but I was hoping that it was just because it wasn't really regulated as opposed to full-on allowed. Oh, it's full-on allowed. They have a whole question that's like, are you using AI or not? And all it does is like let people know on your campaign page that you are. But there have been projects that say no, but then they're obviously using AI. But you can't get them in trouble because there's no policy around it. It's not like you have to say you're using it. So, Wayward Witch. No, but like, how big is the chest in terms of vibes? what, what does that mean? Um, it's like this. Like, it's like this high. It's like this. This is the chest. It's like one Tom Bombadil. Oh gosh. If I want the cheaper key set, I had already the early bird key dice. Can I go for the add-on, then the Wanderer key set? I will get the same dice. Yeah, Zamilla, if you have something you see in a Wanderer and you want that, add it to your order and then take out the more expensive one. I am sorry if someone in chat can answer, but are the Oracle decks included in the set tiers? No, the Oracle decks are separate. Navi already answered. The readings you did really sold me on the dice. If you do another version of these, I'd keep that up. Thank you. Yeah, I really like doing live streams and reading with the dice. That was really delightful. I do feel like I could probably do fewer of them. I was doing like 2 a day, Mondays and Fridays. And I think that was too many. I was getting a lot of the same people coming to them, which is really great. I loved seeing you guys. But at a certain point, I was like, I don't feel like I'm actually showing new people things every time. So maybe like once on Monday, once on Wednesday, once on Friday or something. I think that would really work. I unlocked the collab. Now that banner is blocking like a third of the page. Perfect. How helpful. I'm getting both colors of the chest. Heck yeah. Tom is now a unit of measurement. Tom was always a unit of measurement. Every time I scroll up to check the video, Tom is farther into frame. He has been just kind of moving in. He wants this. Chest is one Tom Bombadil. The readings have helped immensely. Please give treat. I would give him a treat, but he would eat it on my mat and get crumbs and grease and his nasty little mouth all over it. Ha 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 ha. Jamie, the live streams were all like 2-hour live streams where I was doing readings for people. You can actually see them on my YouTube channel in the live stream category. They're all still there, and they're there, I think, for like a year or something. So there's a ton of hours that you can go check out. And actually on the campaign page, if you're on the campaign page and you go to the community and you go to streams, you can actually see the group Terratopia stream, the May 1st evening reading stream, the May 2nd evening, morning, Oracle Dice launch party, and I can go through here and embed the other ones in, but yeah, they're all just right here. I could do a reading now. You are correct, and I fully intend to, but every time I think I'm going to, I'm like, oh, I need to adjust a wandering tier or something, and then I'm like, oh wait, the chat has moved a lot, and I need to read all those. Am I smart? I don't know. Look, just for right now, I'm just making every wandering thing available so I can do a reading for a while. I'm trying. I'm doing my best, y'all. All right, Tom. Okay. What are we doing reading for? What do we want? And yeah, for anyone who did miss that announcement in the latest update, I'm going to try something weird on this project, and I am going to do a Kickstarter pre-order for the dice campaign. It's going to be a lot slimmer. It's just going to be, here's the season set, here's the Keykeeper set, here's the chest, here's the wooden boxes. Do you want these? And it'll launch on Kickstarter basically when everything's ready for manufacturing and I have samples in hand. So it'll show all the pictures of the items. And I'm going to try that out and see what that looks like and see if that can bring a little more of the attention I think the project might have had on Kickstarter. I don't know how much. And so the funding goal will be low, and it'll just be to inflate the manufacturing numbers, because I would like to make more of the dice sets that I'm going to be making at this point. And so we'll see how it works. So that just means that if you missed out on stuff here, You could always add it in your survey later, or if you have friends who just... What was that? Did you just burp all over the mat? What was this, Tom? For a second, I thought he was about to just throw up on the dice mat. That would be horrible. I would cry. Especially on camera. Tom, you would never. Mr. Bombadil. Mr. Handsome. Did you know his paperwork in the shelter, which I have here. Oh yeah, Tom. I have your paperwork, young man. Let's take a look. I need to show you so that you understand, and so you can be like, his name was Mr. Handsome. Shoot. Maybe I can't find the paperwork. But I have his paperwork in here. Mr. Handsome. I don't know if you can see it there. Mr. Handsome, or to be determined. Mr. Handsome. That was his name. Because in the shelter, they looked at this handsome boy, and they knew. He's handsome. Mythic Mystic Moon. Will the stretch goal numbers be worked towards on the Kickstarter pre-order campaign? That was kind of my goal, honestly. I didn't feel like we could reach any of the stretch goals that I set on this campaign. And I think that if I ran a Kickstarter, I'd be like, yeah. Any way to add on just the Misery Tarot cloth? I'd love to just add on the deck, dice, and cloth at the last possible second. Tina, I can't. I just can't. I can't piecemeal the deluxe editions. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I did it on the original campaign a little bit for just a couple things, and I was like, that's going to be such a nightmare, because then we'll make the deluxe sets, and it's like, okay, we'll make 30 extra of this so that we have those to send out, and it's like, whatever. Daybreak Angel, there already is Wanderer season sets. Go look. When is Tom's birthday? It's in July. I say, pulling out the thing. Tom's birthday is shoot. Tom, I have your birthday here somewhere. I bet you don't even know it. His birthday is July 20th. And my birthday is June 25th. It's even closer. And you know who's going to do something special for my birthday? Not him. What is the Alley Folk Oracle dice set? It gets you a cheaper one of your choice. You get one of the two things. That's all. We're so close to 1,000 backers. Okay. Will we get 1,000 backers? Tom, what do you think? Will there be Wanderer wooden sets? Maybe. How? Ellis asks. If you get a thing that says you get an option to pick, when you do the survey later is when you would pick. Yeah, the Wanderer is cheaper, but the Wanderer won't be here forever. They come and go. That's all. That's all. Will there be Wanderer wooden sets? Everyone wants it, so it sounds like I have to do it, right? I think I'm required. If I add the keys box, will I get to pick later? Pick what? What do you mean? What do you mean the keys box? The keys wooden box? I don't understand. We have 1 month to plan a birthday party for 7 and 2 to plan a birthday gift for Tom. Oh gosh, Tom doesn't get things. He gets everything all the time. Tom, read the dice. What's the advice for the weekend? Tom, help. Alex, they're different guidebooks, but information that's not related to the dice faces will be sort of similar across the guidebooks. So that's true. I'll kiss his fuzzy head. Mwah. I kissed his head for you. You're welcome. If I added the keys box, will I get to pick later? Yeah. You'll be able to pick what design you want in the box later. Tom! Oh! Oh! Tom just left. I feel so abandoned. Do the wooden sets have the Oracle cards? They have the Lords. They don't have like the Oracle deck. The wooden sets have the exact same things the normal sets have, except instead of the oh no, not even, yeah, it's the exact same things that those have plus a wooden box. Tom is sleepy now. He leave. Yeah, Tom was just like, I'm done with this. You've been talking for a million hours. How much is the wandering wooden key set? There isn't one, but people are asking for one, so I'm debating if I do one. I'm not smart. Hold on. I'm thinking really hard with my big brain. Yeah, it's your fault for sending Tom a kiss. He left. Yeah, but now I can see the dice, which is cool. And you all can see the dice. What are the dice about? Do we remember? Hey, wait. No one has told me lately. Is Midnight Ocean still happening? It ended. But 18,000. When Cage reached 10,000 pounds on the Midnight Ocean project, Cage was like, this is already the biggest project I've ever had. So the fact that it got to 18,000 is like so awesome. I'm so proud and happy and excited, and I'm glad to have been part of it. And I'm glad all of you were part of it and helped, push that project and raise the numbers. 15% of you backed that project. So that's great. I love that. Will the new season in Keykeeper's Guidebooks have the color of dice in the right margin? Yeah. They'll have the colored dice in the right margin. They'll also have it on the pages. They'll also have it in the thing, the table of contents. Are we going to get to 1,000 backers for the question? Yeah, that actually was this question. I'm actually seeing it say no. I think it's telling me no, we're not going to reach 1,000 backers. I have to accept the heartbreak. This is literally the train, like the backer train. But like there's celebration, there's milkweed. I guess there's possibility, but I do see void here, an irrational fear about it. I'm feeling like there's a possibility it doesn't quite reach it. A wandering goblin's chest of dice. I mean, that would just be, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to the pledge levels right now, right? And the early bird, oh wait a minute, there's already a bunch of early birds open. There's 2 early bird goblins chest of dice available right now. Fascinating. Here, let's just, what do we got? What's dice about? Do people know what a dice is? This is a suggestion for your weekend, right? And the suggestion for your weekend is there's a path ahead. The path ahead chooses between, it feels like maybe a bad luck kind of deal. Ooh, dependence. People will need you this weekend, and you're going to choose to either be the tool that they need, or you're going to be bad luck. You either help them or you don't. And if you don't help them, it might come to bite you in the ass, but it requires you to do some labor for them. Sin, bones. We also have whimsy over here. Oh, the mat's watchable. AJ Fish Sticks, I have never watched them. I have no idea. I will try. I will wash one and let you know how it goes. I see whimsy out in summer. But I'm seeing that you really have like the bare bones work that you're going to have to get done this weekend. So it looks like you probably have to kind of step in to assist someone this weekend. That hopefully can be helpful for them and you. I do see sorrow and topple in material. It looks like someone really needs help, or they're kind of getting like washed away or washed aside in some way. In spirit, in your heart for this weekend, I see a warning of decay if you don't maintain your hearth, which means you do need to spend time on yourself, clean, take care of your kitchen, make a breakfast. I also have snow over here within. It tells me you're going to be really focused on nostalgia this weekend. And the arrow in the head is telling me like what you're going to be doing to help someone this weekend is probably going to be hugely connected to other people's problems. That'll be like a little targeted. It might be even a little annoying to help people, but it looks like if you focus a bit on taking care of yourself, doing a little self-care on the side through the weekend, it's going to be really beneficial. Because like there is something good in helping a friend, even if it's in something you really get frustrated about. Sometimes friends are really frustrating. That's allowed. But the nostalgia is there, and I think that really helps you work through it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was going to make an add-on tier for cheap boxes. Well, here's the thing. If I make an add-on for cheaper wooden boxes, right, that would cover everything. I say narrowing my eyes. Because if I make an add-on that's like, here's a cheaper Seasons wood set altogether, then what if people only want the box? This is why this is so complicated. And people are like, can you do this specific thing? And I'm like, maybe, but then people will be like, oh, I want that, but I don't want that part of it. Can you make this version of it that doesn't include that? And it's like, really quickly, there's 100 add-ons. I really try to avoid doing that. So if I just do a box add-on, but the boxes are already reduced in the sets, right? So if I go to pledge tiers, and the Seasons is $65, and the wood Seasons is $27. Yeah, you already get such a good deal there. I don't think I can make the wood box much cheaper. I'm already offering the box at quite a discount in the wood season set and the wood keykeeper set. So I don't know that I can actually beat that. That's already just like $24. That's just not something I can actually set it to. Or 25 or whatever I just said. I don't remember what I said. Yeah, I already can't make it cheaper than that. That's one of those things where I'm like, I'm always trying to make sure things are like cheap and affordable as possible. I think I already did it with the wood boxes. If I did cheap wood boxes on their own, they'd be $30. But you already get that cheaper if you just buy the set. Oh, but there's not a wood set in add-ons, is there? So that's the problem. You couldn't add on a thingamajig. Everyone's like, how will we get to 1,000 backers? I'm like, I'm not even worried about it. Okay. I'm gonna make a cheap wood box. Okay, here. Party dat. Oh my gosh, this keyboard is gonna kill me. I need to replace it so bad. Party. Cheapy. I'm not fixing that. Cheapy wood boxes. That's not where my mouse is. I can't do it for cheaper than 30, I don't think. So, save me here. Save me. Gosh, I can't use any of those graphics because that's all wrong. What's a graphic? What is a graphic? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't. Oh, here, you can have like the saddest image of all time. In surveys, you can pick your choice of top engraving. All right, I'm making a party cheapy wood box add-on. This is $30. It's $10 off what they are in the add-ons right now. So if you just wanted an extra box, this is the cheapest you can do it without buying a whole tier. You're welcome. I'm also dragging it up across all the add-ons. There's already so many add-ons. Anytime I add one, I have to scroll and then drag and scroll and drag and scroll and drag. Gosh, there's so many things here. I hope that you're all getting these things, and I hope that they're fun. At least the funding goal, or the funding has gone up. It didn't all just go down. This is not even a keyboard reveal. This is the tragic keyboard I was talking about at the start of the stream, which just struggles. Is there going to be a wandering tier for stone sets? I cannot do that. I can't make those cheaper. If I could, they would be cheaper already. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The stone dice are just so expensive. What would be a fun thing to do during the summer? Yeah. Oh, a normal tarot deck bundle. I can do that, but what do I price it at? They're 195 together. I'm not smart. Oh no, this takes so much thinking. People really ask me too much. Get all 4 normal tarot decks together. Oh god. Norm. Whoops, I keep missing my mouse. It's too far away. Yeah, sure, I don't know. I think 150 is probably too cheap, but that's why I just set it at. And as soon as someone buys one, I can't change the price. I drag it up. It's here. We did it. It's too late. It's 150. It's 150. Toby said the original offer was 120. Yeah, probably. But at that time, the decks were cheaper. Especially for a number of things, they get more expensive after the crowdfunding is done. So that's my general thoughts. I won't offer what was offered on the campaign before, because that was before we chose our manufacturing numbers. If you were on that project when it was running, then you buying it at $120 would have been really great for me, because it promised that I would be making at least 4 more decks. Now we have limited stock remaining. That's kind of the trick of it all, right? once the campaign is over and I set my manufacturing numbers and now I have the items, I now have a limited of those to sell. But before I set manufacturing numbers, like right now for the dice, I could lower the price a lot because you are now making sure that I'm going to order more of those dice. It's just generally easier to lower the price before the product exists than it is after the product is around, because now I only have so many to sell. And if I sell them at discount, I'm just kind of losing money. And that's just not very worthwhile. So, can we get deals in the Housewives Tarot, pretty please? Maybe. If I'm still here an hour from now, maybe the Hot Housewives Tarot can get cheaper deals. Tina, when we say choice of engravings on the boxes, we can still choose the Keykeeper dice faces. Yes, that's what the... I don't know what the other engravings would be. Yes. Aw, thanks. Y'all are so cute and sweet. Yeah, with the Hot Housewives, like one of the things for that is like the original campaign was so much cheaper to buy the decks and stuff. So like I'm really hesitant to give deals on it now because like the people who did the early bird buy-in on that, it paid a lot less than I'm going to be charging, almost half, right? Because I'm charging 60 for the deck and I charge them like 35. So I'm like, ugh, yeah. I think from this point on, the Hot Housewives probably have to. No, Tina, you're fine. You're fine. I'm just like, what other engravings have I promised? I've been tempted to make an ultimate normal tarot with my favorite cards from each deck. Yeah, me too. I thought about it. I have favorites, but the problem is sometimes the favorites overlap on the decks, and that's not fair. I get it, and thank you. Toby just says the stomach clock has gone off, and go feed me. Yay, stomach clock. It's feeding time. Well, that's so sweet. I appreciate everyone saying that like this is a worthwhile investment, because I know it's still a lot of money. I'm very aware of it because like I don't have this kind of money. I have not. I'm not actually. I'm not going to tell you a sob story about how I'm poor. That'd be weird. Point is that I recognize how much everything costs, and I recognize like how incredibly kind it is that a lot of you are going all the way to buy all these things. Alan T, there is, and I've shared in the latest update, I believe. If not, I feel like I've answered comments on it a lot. That you will be able to upgrade your standard to deluxe Hot Housewives if you backed that campaign. There will be that chance. So no worries. What is this? What does June hold for us? It's my birthday. It's Pride. It's an exciting time. What is June? June is a time for healing. It's a time for pausing and letting things pass you while you work on heals. It also is the time to pull out your Ace of Spades and shoot a secret in the face. And the secret will give you things. There's the secret's face, but also the Ace of Spades. So I feel like there will be a secret and you're going to like figure it out. And that sounds really, really delightful. Oh no, Tina, you're fine. Yeah. The add-on I just did for $30 for the wooden box is like whatever engraving you want on it. Whether it's the season's face, the keys face, the goblin face, or the nothing on it. Aw, Navi, thank you. You're all so sweet. I like this. I like it when everyone's just really nice to me. In mind, we have the spring die, which is delightful. We have the seed, which tells me that new things will live in your mind in June. You'll have new ideas, new thoughts, new things to chase after. And that's delightful. I really like that. We like newness, right? In woe, however, we have poison, and we also have, just kind of out here in spring, which you can't see, I'll bring it down so you can look at it. It's earth. I swear, every single time I've read the elements die over the last 2 weeks, it has been earth every time I roll it. I'm starting to think it's weighted. So poison's gathering is gathering from a lot of little sources. In body, I see home, which tells me that there is probably homemaking or return to what is home for you in June. In material, I do see loss. Yeah. It tells me that externally to you, some things will be gone, right? You might lose connection with someone. You might get away from things that are really important to you. But I think a lot of that is returning here to home seems important, even if it means you maybe lose opportunities or connections with other people on the way. Spirit over here. Oh, you're all so sweet. Mushroom Mayhem, stop. No, stop. That's not enough time. I don't need to do a reading. Your passport can't get renewed in 3 weeks. You don't get it that fast. Ugh. In spirit, we have knots. We have bargaining. We have the decay of faith. We have a head wound. It looks like June is definitely a time for stopping. We have frost here, and we have the healing here. We have secrets. It looks like June will be a time of uncovering. We're going to learn new things. We're going to experience new things, but we're also going to finally face up to what seems to be a building up of poison, things that really harm us, things that have collected over time, a decay in the faith that maybe we have in other people. We'll lose things. This could mean that maybe there are certain situations or relationships in our life that it's time to let go of for good. Yeah. So I am thinking it looks like there's growth to happen. There's new things to unfold, but there's old things to let go of. Definitely. I will say that the knot is actually over here at wheel, and it's pretty great. So just so you know, while things might become a little complicated, unwinding that knot and learning what it means is wheel. It's good. It's a good thing. You're going to learn this stuff in a good way. I may have to see my in-laws alone, not canceling because I already scheduled plane training for my service pup. Ugh. How can queer people in the U.S. survive what's coming and what's already here? I mean, a lot of us are just already surviving, and that's a really helpful deal. But I will do a reading. I don't need a stone set. Look, if you don't need a stone set, you don't need it. But if you need it, you need it. What was that? I can't read that anymore. If we're talking about PubGob projects that have shaped our practices, the Oracle Secrets help me out a lot. Yay! I love hearing that. You know what's really funny? I have 2 copies of the Oracle Secrets on my bookshelf, and then I have one of the Oracle of Play, one of the Alleyway Tarot. And those are the only ones I have. I don't actually have copies of them, extras. I don't have ones I can use. That's my bookshelf copy, so I'm trying to keep those, either sealed or just, barely opened, not used. So they have, these are my display ones, so I can be look at these things I got to make. But I don't have more. So I was thinking last night about maybe it's time to be hey, New Titan, can we send me a bunch of normal tarot, the Oracle decks? Can we get me some untouched and unmarred Alleyman sets? I think it's probably time for me to have some more of my things available to me. Kirby Sanders. I'm actually wondering about a buy up to upgrade a standard deck to deluxe within a bundle. Oh, because of the bundles. Yeah. LS, will I be able to add coins in another box if I get it now at the party price? No, you will not. The party price things are only right now, period. They will not be available later. The reason is because they're lower than they're supposed to be, and it's because I know not everyone's attending the stream. So the idea behind that is people are grabbing it in this moment, but not everyone either chose to attend the stream, maybe not everyone had the chance to attend the stream, maybe people are sleeping, they're at work, whatever. The whole point of it being limited is that it's limited with the intention of only being available in that time so that I don't price myself out and get myself in trouble. But yeah, how can queer people in the US survive what's coming and what's already here? I will say, like, you know, we've survived to this point already, and I know that things are not great right now, obviously. Like, I'm incredibly aware. But things have been worse. They've never been legally as focused on us in this way, but, well, I don't know, maybe depending on how we view the scarlet scare, the pink scare, the, what am I thinking? Lavender scare. Jesus, I got to it eventually. But yeah, we've made it to where we are already, and though we're targeted, we're gonna fight. In the core of the reading, we have a candle, which tells me that there is a decent likelihood that for a lot of people, survival means keeping things personal and private. In our minds, we do have the sun, which tells me that there's still queer joy and life present in our minds when we hold some of these things close to ourselves, right? So even though we may, for some people, have to really hide parts of this from the rest of the world, parts of ourselves, that is something that doesn't stop queer joy from existing in ourselves when we are being ourselves, right? Not everyone has to, but for the people who need to, it's necessary. That's survival. Survival, baby. We have good intentions in the void in body. It really tells me that there are probably a lot of well-intentioned people around who want to help, but the void is telling me one of the biggest things we can probably do in a lot of these spaces is not be seen. I don't like that. I'm not super wild about these, but the betrayer is without. I mean, it's just one of those things where depending on how bad things get, living is done by not being seen. And if there's betrayer present, like it's definitely a thing where like people that you trust could not be there for you. We have truth and justice here. Truth and justice and material. There is truth and justice that can be had. I also have copper here, and I have rejection from other people. There is stuff where you can push for truth and justice, and there will be people who are fighting on your side. It's not like those of us who are willing to be open and out there can't keep fighting publicly. But yeah, I think that one of the most important things here to note is that truth and justice here have copper nearby, and it's really like a conductive space. If people around us stand for the truth and the justice of the situation, it is something that gets to be carried beyond them. Allies really need to step up. It's a really big part of that. We do have the redacted explosion and pain here in spirit, which is telling me that a lot of things here unfortunately get lost in the wreckage of the aftermath of the bomb, which is meaning like the explosion here is like a tower, but it also is about everything that gets lost in the tower. So how do people survive? How do queer people survive this experience? Finding joy in ourselves and together, in our very, very tight spaces, personal. And for the people who can, either the queer who can stand out, or the allies, or the queer who don't have a choice but to stand out. There has to be a focus on truth and justice, and it has to be loud, and it has to be present. Yeah. So that was fun. I was like, I have a feeling this will be a downer of a reading, and it was. But I don't know, as a very out and publicly queer person, I don't know, I'm ready to always fight. And I know that I'm in a lot of very privileged positions. Like, I'm white, first of all, so even in situations where my queerness is a problem, there's still generally likely to be less concern for safety as compared to like trans people of color who face so much more of the brunt of the violence. So people who can be out and stand for things, it's good for us to do that. And then those of us who can't, I'm not judging. That's going to be a little too big of a thing for me to be like, if we all just stood up, they couldn't deny us. It's like, yeah, well, some of us have it worse than others. And yes, I'm reading the chat. I see you all. I see all of us people here who are like, we're here. You're not going to disappear us. All right. Goodness gracious. I've missed so many things in here. Oh, there's so many words. Y'all type a lot, and that's beautiful. For what it's worth, you got some Greek chick with a powerful name who's unafraid to use her name on your side. I love that. Hi, Jacinta. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, being trans non-binary is hard. I'm scared, but there's guilt that I pass, and my other trans siblings have it harder. Yeah, I will definitely say when I was on estrogen, and I was more obviously presenting feminine, and I'm sure not always passing, I was in a lot more immediate danger even then. Forget what's happening now, just then at that time. In my current form, I look very like a man. And I'm like, that's not true, but I also know that I get read that way, and in places that I'm in, a lot of people just kind of assume that, and I don't always wipe away the assumption for the same reason that a lot of queer people don't wipe away assumptions about us that are not correct, because sometimes it's like, I don't have the time to go through this with you right now, or maybe this person who I'm talking to isn't that important to me, so I'm not actually all that concerned with fixing their perception of me, right? We are down to 6 minutes left, which is, oh nope, never mind, I lied. It went up. I do see we're not quite at a point where we're gaining backers. We're mostly just like, people are adjusting things. Just pledge for the seasonal dice. I love tarot, and I'm excited to find more ways for divination. Isn't that awesome? It's one of the hardest things is that, like, if I put out a new tarot deck, I think people are on board because they're like, it's tarot. I know what that is. If I put out oracle dice, people are like, What do you mean? They narrow their eyes and they look at me like, what do you mean? It's a harder sell. It definitely is. And I think that's completely reasonable because it's a whole different system. It's stuff that people don't know about. Yeah, Ellis, I think that there's a pretty good chance you'll be able to fit everything in there but the wooden boxes. You're good. Alex, that's so real. Yeah, no, I think like the conversations to be had about like who needs to step up, right? Quote unquote, who needs to step up and act on behalf of everyone is like, oh, it's hard to say like who's supposed to and who doesn't need to. And well, if you've got these labels and you're oppressed in these ways, then you can sit down and you've done enough. It's like that math is so messy, and it's like what's most important is that every person gets to look at themselves and like make the decision for themselves about what is safe, you know. And some people will make the active choice to go, this isn't safe, I'm going to do it anyways. Like I've been there. And I'm not against doing it again. It's just not what I'm currently doing. And the idea of going back on estrogen at this moment just feels like a really good way to get myself targeted. So I'm like, maybe I'll just wait a little bit. We only need 7 people. You know, I will say that because I'm here and I'm reading the thing, and not even reading, I'm just kind of rolling dice around, right? I'm not doing a good job posting anywhere, trying to get more backers. So my bad. But if we don't reach 1,000 people, it's okay. We're going to survive. I missed first edition, but I have second and now third. Yeah. I want to buy your haunted game. Bird Nest. You mean... Oh, I was about to say, can I just grab one and pull it up? You want to buy this? Ellis, the dice cards would all fit in the chest. The chest fits everything except for the cardboard box. That's it. It's been designed to hold everything. Tom needs to get some of his cat friends to back. You're so right. Yeah, someone was like, I want your haunted game, and I'm like, I'm assuming you mean this. My ghostly storytelling game. It's a weird game. I know some people I had someone who bought it and they sat down and played it with their daughter, and they came and they commented and they were like, this doesn't have enough of a game to it. There wasn't really anything that pushed us along. We don't really get the point of it. And I was like, oh, that's fair. Ellis, what about the boxes for the cards? Those should fit just fine too. In the event that they don't, wait a minute. How tall is the box? I'm pretty sure they would fit. Let me not lie. Hold on. God, why is it all the way behind the thing? That wouldn't. Ellis, cardboard boxes won't fit. They just won't. Cardboard boxes don't. It's okay. Yeah, Chris, I agree. I think it's super a personal choice. I also think that when will we be knowing the trivia contest prize? I presume after the campaign is over for a little while. You're so right. What did I just say? Oh yeah, the trivia contest. I haven't shared what the winning thing is yet. I don't know. Maybe I just won't. What if I don't ever share it, and then the people who won just get something extra in their box and they don't even know what it is? What if I just like put some Beatles in your boxes? There was a card from that game in the Oracle of Play. Yes, there was. B&W. It was the Trapped in a Closet, which was inspired by the thinking really hard with my brain. The movie, The Orphanage. Ellis, yes, the decks would also have to be separated in half, but that's what the 4 slots are for. So when will we know the trivia contest prize? I don't know. It will be a Bible add-on, the Pledge Manager. I've been really debating back and forth. The thing it's likely to be is kind of boring, and I think it's boring. So the thing I would like to do is when the campaign's done, I'm going to hold a poll for people to pick what it will be. And then we have the possibility to have it be something really weird. What I would like it to be is the remaining foil art prints from the Keykeeper set. But I wonder if that's just too boring. I don't know if people care about art prints. People tend to buy them the least. So I think I'm going to do a poll. And that will be one of the options. And we'll find out. I don't want my box caught in custom hell because of Beatles. Look, no one ever told me there were limitations. I can put whatever I want in your boxes. I want it to be weird. I want it to be weird too, which is why I feel like just extra art prints would be boring. So I'm like, what's something strange that I can do? It can't be too expensive, of course. The prize would be for all the team members that won who are getting physical pledges. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, prints would be fine. So I'm just gonna host a poll about it, and people can vote. And then either way, I think I might just like throw the other art prints in for free or something for everyone who got them or as part of this. I don't know. Ashes and Ink, you didn't get the ones I'm talking about because I only have the 7 key keepers as part of the art print set. So I don't know. I want it to be something weird. I want there to be something impossibly annoying. Like I could always do more enamel pins, but I think they get so boring. And if I gave stickers or something, then a bunch of people are like, I have no use for stickers. So I want it to be some kind of thing. Tom Paw print. Oh my gosh. What if it was a special thing from Tom Bombadil? What if it was Tom's die? And I just throw a 45th die into the ring. It is Tom Bombadil's kitty click clack, right? Someone said that somewhere in one of the comments. I'm not sure what it was. I would not put glitter. I would hate that. That would make me want to explode. Tom for scale. Ooh, are there going to be different prizes for first through third place or just first place winners? It's just for first place winners, and whatever it is will be available to everyone else for cheap. Could you do something like the Booktopia Tarot Booster? You mean one of these that I have like a bunch of? Nah, it has to be something new. That'd be boring for people. Tom Dice, Tom Dice, Tom Dice. I think that'd be fun. Just adding one die wouldn't be super expensive, and I could make it like a $2 add-on. I wanted the trivia competition to be fun. I don't want it to be like the people who got first get something that was like $50 for free and everyone else has to pay 50. I wanted it to just be fun, you know? So I hope it was just fun. I know not all the answers are revealed yet. We don't know who won yet, but the trivia was just a fully new thing that I'd never done before. It's kind of new on BackerKit, so I was like, sure, let's do it. A paper fortune teller themed around the Alleyman, that would be fun. A keyring with Tom die and holder. That's precious. I really think it should be a Tom Bombadil die. That's just really precious. Um, an Oracle deck out of cat paw prints. That'd be really cute. A Tom Tarot card would also be fun. He was already featured in the Nine of Cats in the Alleyway Tarot. So I do think that would be kind of um, repetitive. I'm like, why does Tom Bombadil get a card when we have another cat in the house? And am I being cruel? Just because you guys like Tom, because he likes dice? In my mind, we see a demagogue, the hearth, anxiety, and the first steps. Yeah, the Nine of Cats featured Tom, who you've met, Butters, who died some time ago and none of you got to meet, Ash, who is my roommate's cat, who lives in this abode with me. Um, I shouldn't have said there's another cat. There's also Tolly and Kira, who are my friend's cats who did the illustration for the Nine of Cats. Or the Seven of Cats, or the something of Cats. I don't remember anymore. But you're right. Tom has participated. He's been here. Everyone's like, show us the other cat. I can't. I wish I could. No one can resist the click-clacks. I don't even know what his die would necessarily be. It'd be like, today is a day to eat. Today is a day to have poop on my butt because I'm a cat with tummy troubles. Tom's Dice of Familiars. There's a bunch of little animals. I wish I could show you the other cat. Ash is shut in my roommate's room at the moment. He doesn't get to take part in the streams because he's usually not out in the apartment. But also because Tom claimed my office as his domain, Ash doesn't get to come in here much. Yeah, so I would consider a die. I think that would be fun. I also didn't intend to make trivia questions that apparently could have had multiple answers. But I guess I did that. You roll Tom's die at the end and use it to knock other dice around. I think that he would just need a marble then with like a cat face on it, and you just like flick it at stuff. We'll have to wait for an update with a photo of Ash. I'm like, do I just have a photo of Ash on my computer? I don't think I do. How? I'm like, do I have a picture of Ash? I don't. I'm doing a terrible job. I'm graduating shortly. You're graduating? Dice, what do after that? When you say shortly, how funny would it be if you mean like literally you're like you're like sitting in the audience right now waiting for your name to be called? Like you're at your graduation and you're just sitting in here. That'd be really funny. Congratulations. Let's actually be mindful, right? Let's be mindful for once in my life. What actions do you need to take? What things do you need? What's your journey? How do you feel? What's the influence? What's your major stuff ahead? Wow, you've got so many things happening here already. I see sacrifice. I see puppetry. I see the ocean and the moons. You have so many paths ahead of you and so many deep stories ahead. You have moments when you will be controlled. You have moments when you'll give things up to be in control. You want to put on the mask of this graduated self. You want to be this new you. The sign is, of course, though, that part of being the new you will be letting go of some of the old you to fulfill this ideal self you're trying to create through your new work. I do see the balloon and flight here between material and spirit. It's telling me that things will come and go. Big main character energy, for real. Things will come and go. Good things won't always last, but you will be free and flighty and able to move to the new things. I do see time over here on its own, though. I'm curious what he's doing. Maybe kind of a feeling like you don't have infinite time, but what I'm really seeing is like a flittingness to your future where you keep running from thing to thing because you don't think you have time, and things are very transient in that space. And it's like, it's okay. It's all right. You're not losing anything here by taking your time and smelling the flowers as you go. But I do see you like letting things go out of your life to become this new person. It's not just time is also a bit late. You're not incorrect. I don't always read into the seasons on the seasons grid, but you are correct. Almost in the opposite quarter. So I would say, like, don't rush yourself and don't be concerned about like things not being quite right or being in their right time. It's okay. It looks like you stay pretty mobile in running to these new locations, so I think it's pretty positive overall. It looks like there will be challenges and tribulations for sure. That's kind of a given, but I think that especially you're talking about folklore. I'm like, it makes a lot of sense. You're going down wrong paths. You're finding mysteries that are illusions and aren't actually there for you. The ocean is deep. You're kind of puppeted by your experience of the story and the folklore. I think that it's great. It gives me this idea that you'll kind of lose yourself into it a bit. And I think that can be a really positive thing. It's a whole new journey. Yeah, see, I wanted to do a joint master's and PhD in modern folklore. I wanted to basically accomplish that somewhere in between cultural anthropology and religious studies. But everywhere that I reached out to was like, we don't super know how to support you in the specific stuff you're trying to want to do. So then I got a master's in poetry, and then here we are now. I could see Sam Dow majoring in that. Oh, for sure. Sam's too busy sailing historic wooden schooners. Busy being a sailor. Oh, have a great night. Hey, Sasha. Yes, exactly. Oh my gosh, what happened with all those wanderers? Did I just kind of leave them all up? Every single add-on is just still available. That's fine. The more people get it, the better. You know what I mean? Can I ask a quick pledge question? Please do. Half of what I've done, no, 9/10 of what I've done here and now is just answering questions about pledges. And that's fine. That's what I'm here for. I know that someone asked for like an Alleyman item. No thanks. You can grab it on the alleymantarot.com website. Doing my best not to grab piecemeal things from old projects. Everything gets too complicated. Is this the last chance to get the Hot Housewives Tarot Deluxe Edition? Generally, kind of. Are the Oracle decks and the 2 dice sets? No, they are not. You do have to buy them. They are totally separate. I'm about to start the most wild PhD I possibly can with absolutely no benefit to me, just for fun and to learn. I think that's like the main goal of PhDs is either because you want to write a book. Wayward Witch, the season set or the Keykeeper set come with the dice, the cloth, the guidebook in a box. They also have 22 cheat sheet cards, and they have their lords cards. So there are like oracle cards in there, but it's just the lords. If you want the die face deck, which is a deck of all the dice faces, that's separate. That doesn't come in the sets. I was able to make my own bachelor degree, sociology and psychology combined. That makes sense. I mean, I can just see how that works, you know? Yes, see, you'll have the chance to upgrade your basic Hot Housewives into a deluxe edition on the pledge manager for that project. I was going to originally fold everyone onto this project, but I don't really think there's a use to that anymore. I don't think that'd be a useful thing to do because there's only like 1,000 backers on this project. I thought it was going to be bigger, and so it made more sense to just consolidate the smaller projects on. But the Misery Tarot, the Hot Housewives, and the Goblins Oracle Dice actually are all really similar in size, so I don't see any benefit to doing that anymore. So I'll put out updates on those projects explaining what the next steps are, but it's basically going to be I'm going to allow people who want to combine orders to be moved over. It'll be part of your survey, your pledge survey, and it'll be like, hey, did you pledge on the Oracle dice and would you like to combine your orders? If so, if you answer yes, then I'm going to go in and I'm going to port you over. But if you say no, or you didn't pledge the Oracle dice at all, then I'm just going to leave that separate. There's no purpose to putting everyone together. So yeah, the Hot Housewives will have a pledge manager on backer kit. I just have never set that up. I'm hoping to pursue a master's in de-radicalization, one of my hobbies and one way I choose to be of service. I think that's really awesome. I think that there's always been times in the world where like radical like cults have existed, and the whole process there of de-radicalization, the psychology, the sociology of it, the like very active part is like really important. I think now more than ever. There are a lot of people who have gone way down rabbit holes where they're just completely out of reality now, and just think insane things. And I do mean insane, like literal insanity, right? Ashes and ink. Will that make shipping cheaper, or is there a risk of accidentally getting freight-sized parcels? If you combined your orders, the idea would be you'd pay shipping once, and it should be cheaper for one larger package as opposed to two separate small packages. I would love to merge my campaigns. I mean, people will have the chance, if they want, to merge their Hot Housewives, their Misery Tarot into the Goblins Oracle Dice, if they want to, but that's it. No one can merge the pin campaign because I'm shipping the pins out, and I'm not shipping any of the Oracle Dice or Tarot decks out. Though I guess I could, actually. I didn't think about that. Hubs is home, so I'm going to go work on the passport fiasco. Yeah, Mushroom, go lay down the gavel. This passport thing has to be dealt with. I'm actually going on a trip at the end of the month, at the start of June, and I apparently need to have a passport for it. And I was like, I thought we said that we wouldn't need one. It's very complicated because my names are different on things. Yeah, we'll be able to combine orders for people who want to. So it'll just be part of the surveys. It'll just be like, did you back the Oracle dice? And if so, do you want to combine your orders? And then I will manually port you into the campaign. That'll be a whole din darn thing. All right, what do we got? We're at 994 backers. We have 8 minutes remaining on the backer train, which means that I really don't think we're going to hit 1,000. And I think that's okay. I think that we could like humorously get to like 999, and I think that would be beautiful. Will the play and secret decks be available afterwards through my website? They are already available. You can already get them on alleymantarot.com. And that has been true for months. When the Alleyway Oracles campaign was done and we got people's stuff sent, we put them on the website. So those are already available. Adding them here is like just totally optional. It's just another way for me to try to sell the remaining copies. Oh, botter. Where could I post, right? Where's a place I could be like, look, the campaign's still going, come back it. I've already done everything today. And I think that's enough. I think I'm just chilling. You know what I'm saying? I do want the Key Lords as Oracle cards. I mean, you'll get them. The Lords, they're in this base set. So if you get the dice, you automatically get the Lords, but you do not get the die face Oracle deck. I think some people are getting a little confused between those things. So yeah, the Keys Lords, you will have the like 11 of them with your Keykeeper dice. Chillin' is very nice. Yeah, I'm feeling it. You know, you're like, yeah, Blue Sky and Tumblr. I went through, I tagged every single link that I put out there during the life of this project. So there was a reference on every single link I posted anywhere on any social media. And I went through it, and Twitter and Blue Sky, even with people sharing my posts, brought in not a single pledge. Neither Twitter or Blue Sky brought even $1 to the project. Tumblr brought like $300-ish over the life of the project. And I was surprised because Tumblr, I have actually a lot of followers on there, so I kind of thought that might drive more, but it did not. The Alleyman's Tarot, just putting a single update on the Alleyman's Tarot brought over $4,000 into the campaign, which is why I then did a second update on the Alleyman's Tarot. Facebook brought in no $69. So yeah, I just wasn't getting traction on any of those places. Did I miss the Housekeeper's Tarot? I think you're mixing things up. The Hot Housewives Tarot? No, you have not missed anything. Oh, because I said if I'm still here in an hour, I would put a cheaper Housewives maybe. That's funny. Let's see. I mean, I haven't manufactured yet, right? All right. Ashes and ink. I see socials and tend to come back directly later. Yeah, it's only going to count my links as bringing money in if someone sees it, right? And like clicks through, right? And then pledges. So if you see it and you don't go in, well, Kirby, just from Blue Sky, the website in general, that also brought $0. So even if my tracking did get stripped, any audience that came from Blue Sky, it showed how many showed up, but then none of them backed. Yeah, I think that there's so many things going on in the world right now that's making it less likely for people to want to spend money on luxury things like Oracle dice. All right. So I wanted to create not pledge tiers. Try again. Add-ons. Let's see. Party, the Housewives Tarot. Does anyone know how to use my computer? Because I don't. Haha. Here's a $50 Housewives party add-on. You can try to grab it. I'm trying my best to drag it up through all the add-ons. I probably have to stop adding add-ons just generally because there's so many of them. And it makes me drag it across a thing I have to scroll through every time. Okay. I did it. There's a Housewives $50 add-on. I know that someone asked earlier about an upgrade to upgrade their standard to a deluxe edition in a bundle. And I'm like, I will think what I can do. That might just be a later thing. I don't think there's anything else I can manage at this time. There's one more pledge. Time biting success. Y'all are so funny. If we get to $9.99, I need everyone to just stop adjusting their pledges, and we either hit 1,000 with a new person or we don't. That's my one ask, because it's funny to me. Aww. So that's the plan. If we reach 999 backers, which is, maybe possible, no one can adjust their pledges anymore unless you're actually adding an item. But if you're like, I'm just adjusting it so that the backer train keeps going, you got to stop at 999. We got to see, does fate come through? I did a reading already, and it told me that we're unlikely to hit 1,000. So I'm just saying, I don't want to be wrong on my own stream. People will judge me. Do you think having so many projects going on at once helped or hurt each project? Oh, it definitely hurt, right? If I was in a different position in life, just generally, and I could afford to just like launch one project, go through the whole motion, get it to people, and then a couple months later launch another project, I would like to do that. Right? That would be great. That would be a much more ideal life than like rushing project to project, because I definitely am like a very overwhelmed person at this point in my life. It's been like 3 years of running projects back to back to back. So yeah. I think, Anne, that my projects would all make more money, just generally speaking, if they had more room to breathe. And I would love that. One of these days, we'll pop off on a project where I actually know what I'm doing with my business, and then there'll be money, and I can just kind of take my time with it. It's just not right now. Hey, look, it's the Misery Tarot. I'm just like making a tableau. I also don't know how I do it. That's the trick of the thing. Is I'm like, God, why do I keep doing this to myself? And then people are like, what if you also ran in this Topia with us? And I'm like, I could probably put something in there. And then I do it, and then I'm like, no, what am I doing? And now I have 18 more things to do. I'll definitely say like this is the phase of my life where I'm just like hand in 18 pots. And something I'm really looking forward to is that now that I'm finalizing the Misery Tarot, the Housewives Tarot, the Goblins Tarot, the Oracle Dice in their final edition, I'm really looking forward to next year or a year after that when I'm like, I'm out of that. I'm going to remanufacture. I have nothing to update in it. It's perfect as it is. I'm just printing more. Doing like the Alleyman's Tarot and the Alleyway Oracles decks was like, I made them, and now I'm like, whew, I don't know what to do with them. I can't ever make more of them. VHS Crow, of course. Wandering Tears are helpful. I know there's like a whole conversation going on in here about like trauma and religion and faith. I'm somewhat reading it. I probably have opinions, but I'll be honest, my brain is empty. My brain on empty. And nothing in here. Nothing in this noggin right now. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the idea of having just a set of products that I'm gonna produce into the future and that are really great and will last. And that makes me really happy. And being things that I can actually reprint, you know, unlike the Alleymans and stuff. Once the Alleyway Oracles are gone, they're gone forever, and those will be gone sooner in the Alleymans Tarot because there's a lot fewer extras were made, and like I don't think we're there yet, but we'll see. We'll see. And there's books. Something I've been thinking about a lot lately is how like I think I'm kind of done making products for a bit. I would like to get back to writing, and I would like to get back to writing like some of the fiction series that I was already working on, and then kind of set aside to just do tarot and oracles and games for so long. There's still games on the docket, but the further things get, the more I kind of just want to set those down and be like, what if I just became a novelist for like 5 years? um, I have a following, but not for my novels, right? I have a following for all these other things. So I do wonder what would happen if I was like, okay, I'm kind of setting down all of these other things I've made. Here's just novels now. How many people would buy? Would that be enough? I don't know. Speaking of, I do have where is it? For anyone who is interested in my fiction things, here is an upcoming fiction project in November, so yeah. Have you considered sending some Alleyman's Tarot for review and doing a bit of a revival? Yeah, actually, I sent Alleyman's Tarot to the YouTubers that I sent the dice to, and I just asked that if they cover the Alleyman's Tarot, if they would hit that later. Um, yeah. Why not both? Asks C. Why not both what? I might have missed it. I would get them. Oh, thanks. But yeah, if you would buy my fiction, my novels, follow the link I posted in the chat. Hit follow the campaign. Let me know that there's people who would be interested. That'd be great. I would read an Alleyman book. Well, conveniently, that is more or less something that I'm exploring. There's also the podcast, you know. The podcast is a book that I just had turn into an audiobook, right? But yeah. Why not do both writing and products? I really want to just have time to write some books. I think that's the thing for me is like if I'm writing books in between launching projects, it just feels like it's a side thing. And I'm like, I don't want to struggle that way, right? I don't want to be like, I'm writing the book, but I'm actually gonna make my money from the next tarot deck. And it's like, it would be really cool to instead be like, okay, I'm gonna keep producing all these decks and things that I have. So if you want them, get them. But also, here's more. We were left on a cliffhanger. We were left on the cliffhanger on the podcast just because podcast was so much more expensive. I think it'd be a lot easier to write the next part of the podcast and release it as a book than it would be another way. Chris the Cynic, speaking of fiction, I know that some people use the various divination things to help with their storytelling. I'd love to hear more about how they go about it. Would the fiction be related to the mystical world and divination? The fiction would be a lot more tied to my other stories and worlds and stuff, which connects to my divination systems because my divination systems have connections to my worlds and games. But they wouldn't be like, this is about the Oracle dice. It'd be about a lot of other things. Like making fiction about specific cards and stuff. That kind of would end up happening because a lot of the stories that I have already kind of bled into the divination stuff in different ways. So it would end up seeming that way, but I wouldn't actually be writing stories based on the tarot cards. I'd be writing stories based on the things that the cards were actually based on. But to come back to Chris's question about how you use the divination tools to help with your storytelling, I did some 22 dice readings during the live streams where we built characters. It'd be like, okay, let's just make a character, and I'd cast out 22 dice and really get nitty gritty with all the connections between the dice and be like, this character is very, very like supported by their faith, but they're a very anxious and quiet person. They have all these things they want to share with the world, but they don't feel like they can, and all of the dice were giving us touch points. So I think that's a really easy option. If you're like, I want to know more about this side character I made, but I haven't actually planned anything for them, deal out cards from a tarot deck and be like, what are some of their key features as people? Fiction confluence books would definitely be on the docket. I would really like to just write more short stories and more characters. Kimber, I can now confirm for you that the Tales from the Alley book that will be funding in November, that is going to be, oh boy, it's going to explore Julie and Kent's story and Jimmy and Alexia's story as kind of just a novel interspersed with a few other stories. So you won't be waiting long. That's amazing. Ari, character creation. Do you recall which days you did this on stream? No. But you know what I can do for you? I can just do another one for you right now. See, I thought that I had enough overlap between like my worlds and the divination tools and stuff. So like I'd be like, hey, actually, if you like the Lords of the Dice, a lot of these things are here and here and here. And what I found is like that didn't actually that didn't do much. The people who are really deep into the lore of the things I make are already really deep. Like there are people in this chat right now I'm going to call out. And the people who are in deep in the publishing goblin cult here join every project automatically. I don't have to sell them and be like, actually, Confluence features people who are the Lords of the Dice. And then for other people who don't necessarily care about the lore, they're just like, oh, I didn't care. So, Chris, my dear Chris, and whoever was asking specifically what day as I did these streams, let's do it right now. We're just gonna grab like that many dice. That seems like a lot. But that's how many we're doing. Okay, so we're building a character. So let's say that you're playing a TTRPG or you're writing a story, and we're gonna just make one real quick. So the core of this character, we have reflection and we have peace. Peace is an obstacle. It's one of the faces of the obstacle die. So when I look at peace, I don't just think about like things are at peace and like you're okay and things are fine. It usually means like an obstacle for you is peace, which means that, maybe you are a person who was really useful during war, but now that there's peace, it feels like you've lacked use. And paired with reflection, that's kind of the character I'm going for. This is a person whose use is when there's problem, when there's tumultuous times, either when there's literally war or there's like all these difficulties unfolding for you in life. It's a problem solver. And because things are peaceful, this character feels a little bit maybe aimless or worthless. And the self-reflection is them trying to think about like, does that mean they're a bad person? Do they need terrible things to feel necessary? Or maybe they're reflecting because they're just trying to find a new use now in peace. In their mind, we see a focus, and I see fire. Fire is a very stubborn element. Fire burns when it's on it. It doesn't like to just get up and move. It'll spread, but it won't just leave what it's on, right? So I would see an obsession or a focus with fire here, which is also super stubborn. Tells me that this person is someone who doesn't change easily. They really, really struggle to face up to the idea that like the world around them is shifting. And that's a big part of why like they have the obstacle of peace. If we have faith right here, which is the pillar of their mind, they think that their faith, maybe in a literal religion, or maybe their faith in the king or the queen or the monarchy or the government or whatever, is the most important thing to them. And so they're trying to make themselves useful to those people or those institutions, but not entirely sure how. We also have injustice hanging in their mind. A reason that peace becomes an obstacle for people is often they do things during difficult times that allow them to succeed. But then when peace comes back around, they have to face up to what they did. And now seeing the injustice over here, I'm thinking about this reflection with the peace thing a little harder. They found peace, and now they have to face up what they did when peace wasn't available. That's a problem. That's the trauma on this character. We also have propaganda that was lost over here in summer, which tells me that there was probably a lot of propaganda that might have been tied or that maybe they put out that harmed people. And it is kind of a pervasive thing that's existing in the space now. There is social progress, but if it had an inked face, it'd be going the wrong way to me. I see that maybe now they're being faced with new like human rights groups and stuff, and they have to face up to what they did during the conflict. I also see Mercury, the fear of abandonment, and also the lantern. I'm seeing that they're trying to lead people through this space. My phone just vibrated like 18 times, and I wasn't sure if I was getting a phone call or what just happened. That was scary. The lantern with peace is telling me that this character is trying to lead people into the peaceful times, but they themselves are super lost. So maybe people are looking to them to be a leader in this time because they led through wartime or difficult times. And now that they have to do that, they're like, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to be a leader during peace. I was only a leader when things were going bad. And this fear of abandonment is huge. And it's telling me that like the reason they're not willing to just say, hey, I can't be the leader you need right now is because they're like, if I'm not useful, I'm not wanted. And if I'm not wanted, no one will even come to me anymore. There's a person who has anxiety. We have the other in without, which tells me that they feel like they're watched. They really feel like people are looking at them right now, and it's like questioning everything that they're dealing with. They're second guessing themselves because every move they make is being closely watched. And they used to be able to make hard decisions, but now the decisions are still hard, but not with the same reason. the stakes are way lower, but they're higher too because now they have to manage peacetime, which is a different skill set. So it quickly became like someone who did something bad during war to like, is this is this someone who is in power when things went wrong? We also have the pentacle and bargaining here in material. I see someone who's trying to literally bargain and buy their way out of their guilt, spending money and wealth to try to absolve themselves of what they did bad. Because the bargaining face here is on the grief die. It's this, like, well, 5 or 7 stages of grief. And so they're trying really hard with the wealth they have, or maybe the resources available to this space during peacetime, to reconstruct things, to make things better. Over here, we have milkweed on the edge of material and spirit. There's a person who maybe is enjoying a lot of creature comforts right now. Maybe they're in a really strong space, and so people are like serving them and bringing them food and rewards for the work they did during the war or the difficult times. And I feel like that has to make them feel even more guilty, that they deserve it. We also have wheat here, which is telling me that there's a plentiful bounty of like sustenance available now. And I'm a little worried this means they probably claimed a bunch of stuff. Like took things, claimed things, stole things, resources from other places. Or maybe they killed their enemies and now the resources don't have to be split. Over here we have Tell's ore. This means that there's labor to be done. But in spirit it means like they feel like this is a constant like uphill battle kind of thing. You have to row the boat. You can't just take the breeze. But we also have the pie. They are in an uncomfortable situation where everything's being given to them. People will just keep serving them and taking care of them. And if they just lose their conscience, they will be like, this isn't a problem. I'm getting everything I wanted. But they're also having to face the bad things that they've done. And because they have a conscience, it's weighing way too heavily. We also have honesty out here in winter. The biggest drive for this character is that they feel like they have to be honest about what they've done. So they can't just enjoy the creature comforts. So there you go. We built a character here for a story or a role-playing game or whatever you're doing. And if you are like, I know about a character already, but I want to know more about them, doing this reading would have had that additional lens on top, right, of everything you already know about the character, and you would have read this totally differently than I just did, because you would have already started from a position, and then this would have added more to the story. Yes, Cetra, the Seasons dice are the 2nd edition Oracle dice. I know that a lot of people ask questions. Stone dice will be available after the project is done, until they run out, basically. Like once the project's done and everything's shipped out to people, you will not be able to get stone dice very easily because they'll probably run out fairly quickly. We won't have very many extra. Sorry. I don't know why I just said sorry. Will we get a chance to add more add-ons when we do the shipping confirmation? Yeah, definitely. Oh, wow. There was a lot of text while I was reading. This is why I'm not allowed to read. Yeah, see, I know a lot of you in the chat are like, I'm the people that I join all of your projects no matter what. And I'm excited when you tell me how they connect. I'm like, I know. But when I make those posts, I know that some of you were already going to come here anyways. Some of y'all were going to be here no matter what. Character building is a really fun way to use like divination tools. And like, if you're looking for the dark backstory generator, the Misery Tarot, in addition to being an actually useful divination tool and shadow work tool for working through trauma, grief, etc. If you were ever like, I need a tragic backstory for a character, like this is your deck. It's about trauma. It is the dark backstory of our lives. The books connected to the dice in the deck should be an add-on in survey. Kelly, what books? You mean like the guide books? Because they're just in the sets. You mean like generally stories that could relate to them? Uh, yeah, there aren't really books, I guess. The Alleyman podcast does have a script book. I could make that available. I just don't know how many people want that when you could just go listen to the podcast. My current goal is I want to just focus a lot more on writing, because the main thing is I'm a writer, right? Like I'm a writer, and I have been tricked into running a business that deals with hundreds of thousands of dollars. And so I want to sit down and just get back to where I am the most free to just create things, and I don't have to call in an artist to interpret this. I don't have to call in a designer to design a better looking mat than my mat was, right? So that's what I want to make. I want to just put more books out there that are those books about all those stories. They just aren't really around because fiction are definitely harder sells. It would be harder for me to make a living, for example, just putting out my fictional books and short stories and stuff, than it is to like do a big project like this. Like, this is $163,000. Did you know that? I keep making all these like big cool projects, and they are really cool, and I work with so many awesome people. But I do want to get myself back in a space where I can just be like, I'm writing my cool story, and I don't need anyone else to help me with it, and I'll write it, and then here comes the book. Yeah, one of the things I've thought about, Lady Amaryllis, is just writing the scripts for the next season of the podcast and just releasing that as a book. And just being like, I don't know, if there's enough interest and money comes in, then I would bring the actors back. But not only is it money for the actors, I did all the audio mixing, I did all the directing, and, bring the people in and do a call, and I would direct them through their lines. It's a lot of work. And the thing is, the podcast would cost tens of thousands of dollars for the voice talent alone. And then I'm still not paying myself anything. So like, I think it'd be really fun to do that. I mean, Kimber, in the ideal world I'm talking about here, you wouldn't have to bug me to write the next. As you may or may not know, I'm an unfortunately prolific creator. Um, I can make a ton of things, and I don't run out of ideas. I run out of brain power and energy, but the stuff is always there. So if I was in a position where all I was doing was just writing books, I would be like Stephen King about it. Season 2 book, yes, please. All right, I can do that. That's something I'd be more than happy to do. What I want to do is I want to become that like boho coffee shop person who's always in the corner tapping away on my little laptop, and then someone sits next to me and they're like, "What are you working on?" I'm like, "I've made universes. You don't understand me." It is why I made the goblin die. It's a representation of my life. I didn't actually get to sleep until about like 4 or 5 a.m. this morning because I was thinking about stories that I was working on. Which is why on the Goblins Die, for anyone who's unfamiliar, the obsession face is the goblin open eye with the moon overhead, and it's specifically about me being unable to sleep because I'm thinking about a new project. I made that die about me. It's very true. So that's my current goal. It's always been my goal, I think, is like have a project pop off in the way that like the Alleymans did. Now that I actually know how to manage that much money, and it doesn't have to be $1 million, but $1 million would be nice. because I actually know how to price things and understand a little bit better how I would have handled all that. The Alleyman's Tarot really could have been like my meal ticket to just be like comfortable for a long time. But I did not know it was happening. I priced things way too low, and oof, you learn so much. But then you're like, oh, if I knew then what I know now, things could have been a lot more financially intelligent. But I had to learn the lesson first. So if any of you, using my dice, if any of you are doing the dice, right, and you're like, oh, I just got a reading for the next project that Seven needs to do that will make $1 million, you got to tell me. Contractually obligated by purchasing these dice. You got to. You got to. Yeah, it was like, so Goblins Die is just me. It's like, here's Inspiration Striking, which is all the time. Here's Obsession, where I literally can't sleep because I'm working through an entire scene in a book that I'm not even writing yet. There's the Quill, because writing. There's the Manufacturing, because the other parts of the things that aren't writing. There's the Focus, where you are not my camera right now, because my camera's not focusing. Do I need more ideas? No, I don't need more ideas. I just need to know which one will make money. Yeah. Do I need ideas? It's like not never. I have so many projects on the docket. Like there's so many things that I have listed that it's like I wonder when I'll ever get to work on this. It's like not anytime soon, friend. I will have to get to a point where there's a lot of money involved and it's a big business and I have like 8 people working and I'm giving them the concept of one of the things and then they have to finalize it for me to ever catch up with all the things I already have worked on. Which is why I think I want to return to just writing books so badly, because that would be so casual. And then I could just like kind of set aside the bigger, harder things to put together and just do that. How did the name Seven come about? Well, when I was looking for a pen name originally, I wanted to be 713. That was going to be my name. And what I learned is that number one, 713 is an ungoogleable thing. It would be impossible for people to find me online or find things that are mine. And I had, my business was 713 books until I found out there were 2 other 713 books out there. And I kept getting tagged in their stuff and they were getting tagged in mine. And I was like, this isn't working. So I was like, I can't call myself 713. As cool as that would be for a name. So I was like, 7's fine, but it has to have other things to it that make it a unique thing that people could actually locate on the internet. Dane Asmund was the name that I settled on. And then I was like, I'm just going to tag 7 on the front of that. So that became 7 Dane Asmund. And when I was doing my legal name change, I was changing my name to 7 Dane Asmund. And then there was a family experience, and I was like, fine. So I legally changed my name, and it's not 7 Dane Asmund. And that will always disappoint me a little bit. But I did change it to a name I like, and is tied to my family still. So that worked. But 7 is just, I really want to be 713. I know that is not how Roman numerals work, but there was a time in my life when I was in high school when I would make an X and draw 3 lines on it, not before it, not after it. And my idea at the time was that because it's not before and it's not after, but it's on top, it could be 7 or 13. Ooh, isn't that cool? And that stuck with me forever. So, yeah. 713 has always stuck around. When I was changing my name originally, before doing it legally, like with friends and coworkers and whatnot, I was like, seven, call me seven. And that really felt like a good home for me. So seven is just a number that is home for me, and it's mine. I was so edgy with the Roman numeral thing. I had a Sharpie and I would write on my wrist an X and three lines on it. I was no an X, not a V. The V is a five, and X is 10. Um, so yeah, I don't know. It's fine. Uh, so edgy. I feel like the backer train should stop registering already placed orders at a certain point. Yeah, potentially. But yeah, so that's me. That's my name. And Dane was my original middle name, which it's not anymore. But I like that it got to stick around because my mom really liked my middle name. And Asmund um, is a Danish last name, Danish surname, or a Danish name. It might not even be a surname. It might have been a first name. I wasn't doing a super good job of looking at things when I was picking it. But Asmund means of the gods, or protected of the gods, protected by the gods, protector of gods. And at the time, I was still really, really deep in my religious studies phase, where I was just researching religions around the world. Um, so that all just kind of worked for me, and I really liked it. And before 713 hacked tarot card. Murky T, I already have a Patreon. I don't know why I like choked on my spit when I said that, but I do have a Patreon. I don't I feel like I just don't do anything on it right now. And it's because I'm doing too much. And trying to also chronicle everything I'm doing on Patreon is like actually just so much. But on Wednesdays, with the exception of yesterday, because I was too busy, sorry. Um, on Wednesdays, I share what's in progress. It's Whip Wednesdays. Uh, so yeah, I don't know. A writer's workshop would be a little hard for me. A Patreon to follow my process is there if people want it. It's super low passive income, and Kim is already here, right? That I there are old stories on the Patreon, and I do like the stories that are there. The things I'm picking out and updating for the book I'm doing in November are going to be written somewhat substantially. So I don't know that a lot of the stuff there will be as relevant, but a lot of them did remind me how many little short stories I do want to explore, like little novella style things with a bunch of characters. Oh, so many things I want to do. I like Seven. I also love Seven of Nine, but that's already taken. The thing about having the name Seven is that I use it pretty interchangeably with my new legal name everywhere, with family and friends and coworkers and whatever. So if I'm like at a coffee shop, I don't drink coffee, but I've gone in to get a bagel or something, and they ask for my name. I'm like Seven. Number one, they usually just write Steven on my order. And the Social Security office actually wrote Steven on my Social Security card instead of Seven, which was rude. I had to get that fixed. But usually I'm like, my name's Seven, like the number. And people are like, your parents' name do that? I'm like, that's no, no. But usually I just say yes because I'm like tired of explaining it. And then the next thing is, were your parents fans of Frasier? Was it Frasier or Seinfeld? I think it was Seinfeld, where someone was going to name their kid Seven, and then George Costanza was like, I've got to stop her from naming her kid Seven. It's the stupidest name. And then other people were like, oh, were your parents, what is it, Star Trek? Seven and Nine is Star Trek? And they're like, oh. I would love to see that writing get explored and you get to be an author. Yeah. Frankly, like, any of my short stories on the Patreon were just like novella ideas I want to just dig into and have fun with. But I don't get a chance. 7 of 9 is the Borg. I think that could be true. I don't know. I'm not a Star Trek person. I actually tried to start watching, I think, The Next Generation not too long ago. And I only got a few episodes in before I just forgot. It wasn't that I didn't like it. I just forgot I was watching it and started watching something else. My roommate's been watching Deep Space Nine, and that's been fun to like catch bits of. Okay, let's take stock. What do we got here? There's nope. I was about to say there's 4 minutes left, but someone just tipped it back over. 996 backers. I don't know how to actually get us to 1,000. I don't even know where I'd post at this point. That's just too much. Your husband worked on all the Star Trek series. Oh, real? That's really cool. I have binged so much stuff. Oh, we just got a new backer. Me, I don't know how to get us to 1,000. Someone's like, I got it. I'm on it. I've binged so much stuff. I've watched so much stuff. Send out writers. Tom, go tell people to buy my dice. My birth name always gets shortened by people, even though I kept and keep saying I prefer the long version. People are so annoying. Oh no, I'm gonna yawn. I don't know. I yawned while I said that and then tried to hide it. I don't know how well that hid that I just yawned. Oh, I'm gonna fall asleep. I'm just a sleepy person. Yeah, but to do that, Ashes, I have to have access to my keyboard. Hi, Caddis. Welcome. Yeah, I'll just post that Tom pic. Okay, keyboard visible. No one judge me for it being dirty. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, I can't help it. It's my life. It's too busy. I'll never catch up with myself. Yeah, I have like a picture of Tom with the dice. Tom says, join us. The backer train is in super overtime and we're almost to 1,000 backers. I don't know why I'm saying it to you. I'm sorry, everyone. I have to say it while I'm typing. We're almost to 1,000 backers on the Goblins Oracle Dice campaign. Campaign. Once we hit 1,000, I'm allowed to sleep. I'm contractually, now legally, but not until then. All right. Ref equal Twitter. I can't help but put reference links on everything. I have to. All right, I'm doing it. You guys said that I should use my cat and just kind of pimp him out for money. So, oh no, I didn't put alt text on Twitter. Can you even do that on Twitter? And I am calling it Twitter. No one can make me call it that other name. It's stupid. Twitter didn't pick that. Let's see. Blue sky. Okay, alt text. Go, go, go. An orange handsome cat in front of wooden dice boxes with pretty dice inside. Oh no, my keyboard just keeps double typing things. This is so difficult. Who lets me do this? Wait, we didn't agree to that. There's a stretch goal at 1,000? Is that true? I don't think that's true. There are stretch goals for if we people pledge for 1,000 specific sets. People really ask if Kirby's my real name, and it's like, yes, it's a name. Deep Space Nine is deeply relevant to this moment or world. Oh, really? I've watched a bunch of episodes now, and it's been pretty fun. Make a little badge saying we proved 7 wrong. Oh no, I have to make an enamel pin that's like proved 7 wrong. Tom tried to eat the dice, it's only fair. Yeah, I get to pimp him out for social media likes because he tried to eat my dice. The backer train is still going, that's for sure. Gosh, what does my cat look like? I immediately lost what I was doing. Oh, how does an ADHD creature like me function in the world? The answer is I don't. I shouldn't be expected to. And yet, people trust me, again, with an entire business. Which is a lot. Okay. That's Tumblr, that's Twitter, that's etc. Whoa. People are talking about hiking. This is too many words. Okay. Now I'm going to click this. And I'm back. Tom tried to eat the dice. Tom has to pay for his kitty later somehow. Oh, speak of the devil. Come on up. Come on. Oh my gosh. You can get around the water bottle, you little whiny butt. Come on. Go. There he is, everyone. It's Mr. Bombadil himself. He's returned because, God forbid, I have a moment to my own life. Hey, we're at 999. I wonder how many of you are going to keep your promise. The promise that I requested was that people no longer adjust their pledges unless they're actually adding an item, and we only get to 1,000 through the work of probably Tom. Tom, you're gonna have to get on the camera more. The only way this is gonna work is if I sell you to them. There we go. Got to put this boy here. Give chin scratches so that you can see his precious face. What is this? Oh, you had a scab from when your brother beat the crap out of you. Oh no, what a poor cat. Well, welcome to Tom Bombadil, everyone. This is my sweet boy. Odd HD, indeed. Yeah. The autism ADHD life is real. I'm not smart. Well, I don't get to sleep. Remember, when this is done, I'm going to a party. Make Tom an Only Beans. Look, do you know how hard setting up an Only Beans is? Do you know how difficult that is? Here's the thing about his beans. They're pretty cute. But he's not going to share them with anyone. All right, Tom, say, if you don't back the dice, my father won't feed me. It's true. No longer in overtime, but TB time, Tom Bombadil time. All right, I made some social media posts. It's up to everyone else, you know. He is satisfied with his life choices because he is a cat. He doesn't know about taxes. He doesn't know about finances. He doesn't know what a spreadsheet is. He just gets to be fed by his auto feeder. He gets treats from me. And he's just a sweet baby boy. Tom Bombadil. Yeah, what you're all actually going to get in the mail is just one of those like back scratchers, the plastic ones, as like a hand at the end, but it'll be a paw. And you have to like slap the dice around. It's a new game called Slap Dice. um, yeah. Oh, purr, purr, purr. You know, if you purr loud enough, maybe people will hear you, and then they'll know that you actually love me. No more stress, just scritching. Here's the thing. Tom, pretty low stress life. Because useless. Useless boy. Useless man. Not a job, not a hobby, not a care in the world. All he does is put a paw on my face and I'm trying to sleep. Isn't that true? Huh? You gonna tell them about how annoying you are when I'm trying to get some sleep? Huh? Oh my goodness. That's such a boy. And I do this when he looks silly. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're getting down to 5 minutes. That's not true. We're like 5:30, but I don't know, y'all. His hobby is loafing. It's not a hobby. That's a pastime. No kissy? No kissy. Yeah, the secret to being happy is being utterly useless. The best thing about Tom Bombadil is that he doesn't even know how to be useful. He doesn't know what that means. Because the whole idea of being used... Damn it, we got 1,000. I lied. I was a liar. I said we wouldn't hit 1,000. But here they are. Thank you, 1,000th backer. Except you're probably like 1,016... That was not a number. You're probably like backer 1,059 or something because people canceled their pledges. But whoever you are, you did it. Oh, Caddis, you have a lovely night or day, whatever time it is for you. The dice said it was possible. Yeah, you're right. Congrats to us. We did it. We proved you wrong. I'm going to have to make an enamel pin that's like, you buffoon, you idiot. This is the we proved 7 wrong enamel pin. All right, Tom, we have to make it. It's an add-on. My life. It's just always like this. All right. Oh, this is hard. Oh, I'm doing a really bad job. We proved... Oh, no. 7 wrong enamel pen. Commemorative. It has to have the word commemorative, and I will misspell it, and that's fine. We need this. It'll be five. It'll be $7 because that's me. I'm $7. What will be the image? I don't know what the image will be. It'll be the goblin. About hitting 1,000 backers. Everyone's gonna accept my typos. I'm typing around a cat and he's making it difficult. 7 wrong pin. That's the item name. All right, everyone. There's a party. We proved 7 wrong commemorative enamel pin because I really like making enamel pins. It's really fun. Make it Tom. Hey, I'm noticing a theme, you punks. And the theme seems to be every time I want to do something, it has to be about my cat. Alrighty. Someone's going to make me kick this cat. I think I backed your project correctly just now. Well, random thoughts, you did it. You proved me wrong. I said that we would get to 999 backers and not make 1,000. So... what am I even doing here? I know nothing. I'm a fool. I'm a fool. Yeah, okay. Tom Bombadil will have to be part of it because everyone's asking. Tom, you make me look bad. If we proved you wrong, then we get to pick, right? Make the pin Tom. I like how I'm trying to give you guys a 45th die that is my cat, and that's not good enough. And so now everyone's like, well, the pin too. It's never good enough for you people. I see that you're grooming. Maybe I need to get a camera that's over here that can look at your face. Look, I thought about doing a mug, but I didn't. I chose not to do a mug. We're doing an enamel pin. I want the 45th die and a 7 pin personally. Look, I'll take a look about what the 45th die could be. Tom Dice 2. Tom is an excellent coworker. I'm looking at this little creature, and I'm like, are you sure? Are we talking about the same thing? You're already at 1,000. Yeah, we hit 1,000 backers, which I said we wouldn't. So I don't know anything. All right. I'm doing the thing. We're unplugging the phone. We're bringing the phone down for the purpose of... Oh, wow, a lot of things just happened. This is what you're all here for. I'll accept it. This is just my life. You can see it in the back. What's the 45th die? Sorry, I missed it. We've been talking about there being a 45th die. Look, Kimber, we can't have a mug for every project. That's true. It's true. We can't have a mug for every project. But there can be mugs for some projects. So yeah, the 45th die, I think, will be the trivia winning. And everyone else can add it for like $2 or $3. And it'll be cute orange die with a cat on it and other things. Who knows? Yeah, it's Tom Cam, because I know what you really want. None of you are here for me. And you can see the OBS behind him, so you can see the video of him licking. This is the content you want. I understand. When are we doing crowdfunding for 7's divination mugs? Stop it. Divination coins, still probably on the docket someday. Divination mugs, stop it. You've gone too far. The chaos is too real. It's Tom's kitty cat clicky clack dice. That is Liz's demand. Have to accept that. Divination mugs, one use only. Freebie sticker Tom with dice reading. I do love the idea of a goblin face with a cat paw print. All right. I'll think about it. Oh shoot, can we still do the trivia? Ellis, yeah, you can still be in the trivia. You can join a team. You can do things. As I always say to my cats, there's enough love for everyone. We can be here for both of you. Color change mugs. It's the one use only divination mugs that really get me. This mug thing could be a gold mine. That one paw is going to be so clean. Here's the thing. When I watch Tom groom, I do notice that I don't think he knows what he's doing. He does just kind of groom the same spot over and over. Ellis, after today, yeah, the 45th die will be a later thing. I'll announce it. It'll be in the surveys. I need some time to think about what it exactly is. It'll be a fun extra. Yeah, Tom? Is that arm really dirty? Everyone's enjoying watching. He just gets really focused on one spot and just does that over and over. I keep hoping that he'll like move around. But he don't. I'm also watching this camera, even though he's literally in front of me. Hey Tom, can I get in on this? Can you clean me? I feel like I'm dirty, bro. I need cleaned. I need cleaned, man. Okay, you're just licking the mat. Can you not do that? Tom! Ugh. Now he's licking my fingers. Because I need him to not lick the mat. This is so stupid. He's just licking my fingers. I'm like, bro, if you're gonna just endlessly groom, can you at least be more reasonable about it? Oh. Ugh. Licking the mat. Yep, that's him. It's a big dweeb. Oh no, the train got reset again. Oh no. I do have to say it right now. I can't stay in a little while. At the top of the hour, I will be ending the live stream, even if y'all are trying to keep me here. I can't stay. Or I'll miss my free drinks that my apartment is giving me. A dice carrier with Tom on it. Oh gosh, I don't know how that would go, but we could try. Yeah, I do have to go at the top of the hour, so if y'all are trying to keep me here forever, I do have to say I'm so sorry, but I will have to stop streaming in 19 minutes. So if you're just adjusting your pledge and adding $1 or something, you can stop. We made it to 1,000 backers. You proved me wrong. One of these days I'll accept this. Oh no. I accidentally closed the thing at some point. I wonder when I did that. Oh well. Tom themed dice bag. That would be lovely. Dice bag. That's reasonable. I could see that. Backer kit Discord has notifications for me. Wow, yeah. I've been streaming for 1,000,000 hours. That's wild. Did you guys know that? It's been 100 million hours. This is the best camera you've ever got. It's just Tom, baby. I would live stream more if I knew what I was supposed to be doing. Otherwise, I'm just like kind of here and I'm like, I could talk forever, but I don't know what about. A million, wow. Here's the thing, I say so much and then you reply about it. I'm like, what did I say? Engraving is cheapish. Look, Tom box design, that can be an option. I just don't know what it would mean. Would I just take a photo of him and be like, this is the engraving? I don't know what that would look like. Oh, I'm trying to get you a real good look at his face. Oh, what a precious little man that is. Where am I located? I'm in the Denverish area. Tom Boxbadil. I don't know how many people are familiar with Tom Bombadil as a name. He is a character in Lord of the Rings in the books. One day I did just randomly go live. I didn't tell anyone. It wasn't posted anywhere. I was just like, I'm going live. Come work with me. And no one joined. And I was there for like 20 minutes. And I was like, I should plan this. I should make any effort to let people know this is going to occur. And then I proceeded to just never do it again. So, it just happens. What's happening here? Our timer keeps getting reset, but I don't see new backers. Who's doing this? Who's the little creature? Yeah, no, here's the deal. Like, would I do just a work with me stream as I'm working on the stuff? Yeah, I'll do it. I'll just plan ahead and be like, hey, I'm gonna be live, next week for an hour as I'm plotting out what the final numbers look like. Folks adding the pin. I don't know. Are people adding the pin? Let's find out real quick. Um, would people be adding the commemorative pin? 34 people have added the commemorative pin. Alrighty. A bunch of people are getting the cheaper wooden boxes. See, that's nice. Good for you. A bunch of people grabbed coins. Some people grabbed art prints. I see you. I appreciate you. Only 22 neoprene mats going out. All right, all right. I allow this. I think this is a really good idea for me to close out most of these wandering things. Wind us down. Because in 4 minutes, I'll be like, okay, I'm done. Well, no. In 4 minutes, I'll say we have 10 minutes left, period, no matter what happens. Is the Seasons Guidebook different? It will be a bit, yeah. I'll be rewriting the opening of the book and the back of the book, and I will adjust maybe some of the dice face information a little bit, but nothing big. So if you like your previous guidebook, you can just stick to it. It's not a big deal. How many of these mats are in storage? I have them on top of this shelf right here. I think I have like probably 30 or 40. I was planning to just have new ones made. But if there's only this many and I already have the mats, I guess I could just kind of ship those to people. But then I'm going to have to ship them. It'd be a separate shipping price. I don't know if that makes sense. I like how you can kind of see what I'm doing a little bit in that camera from Tom. I'm hiding the cheaper tiers and slowly fading them out. Cuz I didn't mean to just leave them on this whole time. I was supposed to be bringing them in, taking them out. PDFs of my guidebooks are always available on my website, and that will be true forever. So you don't have to buy one. I like to just have things available for folks. Yeah, making a 4 pack of the neoprene mats. I think that would be fun. Um, but I would have to get the artist who did the first mat to do the new grids, or else they wouldn't match, and that would drive me nuts. So that would end up being a cost. I would have to pay the artist to do that. Will there be a stone keykeeper's dice that's just the dice and wood box, not everything else? Not during this. Maybe later. Later in the future. After this campaign is done. Alright. I did that. Are the pledge levels already hidden? I don't even remember if I turned them back on or not. There we go. Alright, I did it. I fixed all the stuff. You did say you wanted to make space for new projects. You're not wrong. I wish my office could be cleaner. It's so messy in here. A lot of it's hidden behind me. uh, there's just stuff all over the floor because I don't have enough shelves for everything. And the neon sign is still just over there. It has nowhere to live. Thanks, everyone who's been here. I see some of you are heading out. Have a lovely night. As of now, if anyone resets our timer again, that's on you. I'm I cannot reasonably stay more than 10 more minutes. So I appreciate everyone being here. You don't have to adjust your pledge for little things anymore if you don't want to. When it hits the top of the hour, I will end the stream. Thank you, honestly, for being here quite a bit. Liz, that's a good point. Yeah, if you bought the enamel pins, I could put your mat in there. Your guidebook for the Seasons Dice Oracle is my companion to read while I was taking public transit. It was great to learn while getting around. I love to hear that. Thank you. Oh, Tom, you're just making yourself even cuter for everyone. Holy cow. That was quite a little move. Oh, you're so precious. I love this cat more than the world. Just little Scritchies, my sweetheart. Mount the sign on your ceiling. I actually asked my maintenance man if he could mount it over my desk here. And we always intended to. We just never actually set a time to do it. And it's a hard thing to mount. It's really awkward. It's got like 5 different things that have to be screwed into the wall. Look at that little man's. Yeah, you can just leave the live stream going. We could stick around to see if Tom hangs out. The problem with that is that this camera right here, the one you're looking at Tom through, that's my phone. I need my phone back. The guy that I'm seeing right now, we were texting just before the stream, and I was like, you could come to the drink event tonight at my apartment if you want. And then I was like, oh, and by the way, if you text back, I won't see it for hours because this is my camera. So I don't know. The guy I'm seeing may very well have texted me back during these 2.5 hours. Whoops. So the phone can't stay. I'm so sorry. If I could leave you with Tom forever, I would. But then I don't know when the stream ends. That'd be messy. Oh, we're at 1,001 backers. Hopefully he goes. Yeah, it'd be cool if he showed up. Kind of seeing this cute guy. You know, I should make a sticker with Tom. Everyone wants Tom engraving on the dice box, Tom dice bag, Tom sticker, Tom die. I'm seeing a theme. Tom, you're just a little man. You're just a mascot. It needs to be on a mug. Oh no, everyone's like, what if there was a commemorative mug? Here's the thing, see, I was gonna buy an extra webcam just to have on my desk looking at Tom so that when I do streams, people can see him. Because I know what people are here for. There's a reason he's in the big box over there, and I'm in this little box over here. Tom tarot cards. I have a whole Goblins tarot deck I have to put out first. What's happening there? Oh, I see. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Dedicated Tom Cam. I know, cats being popular on the internet, impossible. Tom mug, non-breakable. He's the mascot, the Tom collection. Look, I will run a Tom collection campaign. That's just like stickers of him with like on my products. It's like a mug of his face right now. I will run a little campaign that's just Tom Bombadil things. I probably can't call it Tom Bombadil things because Tom Bombadil is owned by, the foundation, his family who's holding on to his stuff. But I'd make it. I'd make it for y'all. I'd make a bunch of silly little trinkets. I'll do it. He needs his own Facebook page and YouTube. Oh no, I don't have time for that. Stop. I'll write a short story based on oracle dice readings that he does by whapping the dice around. and it'll be written by Tom Bombadil, as interpreted and translated by Seven Day Nasman. I believe that could be a very, very successful campaign in the way that it could make like $5,000 or something. Touched by the alley cat. I'm so curious if I inked his little paw and made him like touch everything, what that would look like. Look, I'll put something together. I'll make a little cute thing happen. Just because y'all asked for it, I'll do it. I don't know when that would happen. If there's like a Pintopia next year, maybe that would be the Pintopia, and it'd be some pins and mugs and other things. I'll have to find a place to put that, but I am curious what it would be like to put ink on my cat's paw. Where it would have to go. Yeah, offered readings where my cats pick the cards and I donated to a cat charity. That sounds really cute. Well, my dear friends, uh, we only have 6 minutes left. Look, I'll stay as long as the timer ends. If the timer resets from this point forward, I will have to leave at 6, but at the top of the hour here. But it looks like this could be the end. We memorialized it in the Discord. Let's see if I can even get there. Memorialize the boy. Oh, there he is. This stupid little kitty. I love him. He's so beautiful. We used to sign cards to our grandparents with our cat's paw. I really should do that. Tom Bomb, the clothing line by Tom Bombadil. Stop. Tom, look at this. Look at what you're causing. Everyone wants to have a whole thing about you. It's because you're just a sweet little baby boy. Oh. Oh, Tom. All the love. Oh, yeah. It reset. Silly me. The live stream is not allowed to end. Well, my friends, it's fine. Honestly, if I go to this party and I'm there for like 2 hours and I come back and it's like still going, I would hop back on the stream. A little drunk probably, and I'm sure that would be content. But I think much more likely here is while I'm gone, we will come to a close. Thank you so much for joining me for the project. Thanks for being here for the stream, for hanging out, for seeing this beautiful kitty. And I hope you all have a delightful night. And yeah, keep being lovely. I'm going to go have some celebratory drinks. And I always take tarot decks and dice to these events and do readings for people, so I'm sure that I will be busy the whole time. All right, friends. I will see you later. Bye-bye.